We are stoked this morning because he turned our morning into dancing, and we certainly won't stay silent. We must sing, for his joy has come. Though sorrow may last for the night, his joy comes in the morning. And indeed we can sing of his faithfulness, that his joy has come. And so we will not stay silent. It is very human to make so much noise about your grief and to wail and to mourn. But very often when our joy comes, we stay silent. And for some reason we like to hide our testimonies. But listen, we're not saying silent, we are not staying silent. So much has the Lord done, and we are so grateful to him. He turned my mourning into dancing again, and he's lifted my sorrows. And that's to all those who are also mourning, who are in times of sorrow. He will turn your mourning into dancing very soon. Keep the faith, hold up, don't give up. Joy is coming. Until then, when a man has put a limit on what he will do, he has put a limit on what he can do. So act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. So Charles Schwab, yeah, that's his name, Charles Schwab. When a man has put a limit on what he will do, he has put a limit on what he can do. So act as if what you do matters. Act as if what you do makes a difference, because it does. That's William James. So number one, identify a limiting belief that you want to change. Determine how the belief limits you. Decide how you want to be, act or feel, and create a turnaround statement that affirms or gives you permission to be, act or feel this new way. Because when a man has put a limit on what he will do, he has put a limit on what he can do. That's Business Sense on a Friday morning. My name is Caleb Kuda. Good morning to you. Welcome to your favorite dial, 97.3 Citi FM. This is the Citi Breakfast Show. It's a nation that is proud, a nation that is excited, a nation full of promise and potential. And we're doing all we can to harness our talents and abilities, optimize them into the greatest thing we can be. Welcome to Ghana. Welcome to Africa. Business Sense was brought to you by ABSA. What chapter are you on in this your 2026 story? Is it the chapter of new plans, fresh starts, finally saying yes to the things you've been putting off? Well, with ABSA, we've supported you with ABSA, you are supported at every step with tailored banking and finance solutions like loans, credit cards, digital banking that helps you save, plan ahead, and take control of life's big and small moments. So whatever chapter you're writing this year, let it end in a yes. With ABSA, your story matters, ABSA. What are you grateful for? Why are you silent about it? Sing, for his joy has come. Ron Canole. This one was done in 1992. That's the year I was born. Yeah. No, today so much is happening, and many Ghanaians are proud. We're excited. And I see that later in the day there's going to be a free photo shoot at the Independence Square. Ghanaians proudly exhibiting their smoke of fugu. Yeah. We're proud people. And we are relishing in our heritage. We jump into the news reviews brought to you by Total Energies and Fidelity Bank. Total Energy says, listen, after December, that is dirty, the dirty December, no? After that one comes dry January, and if you're not lucky, an even more dry February. But don't let your engines suffer because of a tight budget. At Total Energies, we day for you. That's why we have significantly reduced our lubricant prices. So the 4-liter costs 9,000 SAE 5W40. Well, it used to be 118. Guess what? It's 107.50 pesos now. The 5-liter Quartz 9000 Future 0W20. It used to be 148 Ghana cedis. Get what? It's 134. And the 4-liter Rubia Fleet HD 415 W40. It used to be 80. Now it's 72.50. Top quality means great savings, and you won't get these prices anywhere. Rush to any Total Energy station nationwide and enjoy premium quality engine oils, transmission fluids, and coolants at significantly reduced prices. And these savings, man, they can get you Davis go there for the rest of the year. Oh, believe it. Choose Total Energies, choose quality. And Fidelity Bank has got you. Your salary deserves better. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy amazing benefits, lower interest rates, higher loan amounts, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. It's time to switch and smile wider with Fidelity Bank. To learn more, please contact 0800 003355. FidelityBank.com.gh is where to visit. Connect with us on social media at Fidelity Bank GH. Fidelity Bank, believe with us. We do the show with you, and we are eternally grateful for your comments, your complaints, your joys, your sorrows. We are always happy to share in them. 0539 986 996 0539 986 996. We're jumping into the news review shortly. I'm sure there's someone who's singing this song in prison this morning. Someone like home just me for the news review this morning. It's a happy Friday morning. It's a joyous Friday morning.
Yeah, of course it is.
It's a fantastic Friday morning.
Indeed.
We are happy to be here. We are live and grateful.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Major.
Did I see Agrada in any of the papers this morning?
Yes. Agrada is in the papers, actually. The Daily Guide. Agrada is on the front page. And so if you want us to get into the headlines,
let's do that quickly.
Okay, so let me bring you court slashes Agrada's 15-year jail term to 12 months.
That's some morning to dancing.
I tell you. And that has generated a lot of conversations, especially yesterday, and hopefully it will continue today as well. And still on the Daily Guide, NPP VIP talks premature. That is coming in from Samuel Abu Jinapo. It's in regards to the talks about who is to vice Dr. Mahmoud Baumia in the 2028 general election. That story will be found on page 3 of the Daily Guide. Still on the Daily Guide, NIB questions ex-NEIP boss over scholarship for sale claims. That also happened yesterday. And lastly, on the front page, MPs clash over 24-hour economy authority bill. That will be found on page 6 of the Daily Guide.
I take you to the Chronicle. Apeno Marking yells Mohammed's government has betrayed Voltarians over attempt to rename Kutuka. This story is still making the rounds. Pay cocoa farmers now. Minority is demanding effectively. Reset agenda must prioritize Ghanaian-led value addition. Juma Sapon here. Majority minority split over 24-hour economy. Just quickly though, you know we've been saying sometimes the media must also exercise editorial judgment and not push certain angles of some stories and all. This one that Chronicle has headlined this morning, I don't think it's necessary.
Right, let me bring you a story for the Cocoa Board. It's on the front page of the Herald, and Parliament engages Cocoa Board on reforms and cocoa pricing. I mean, cocoa matters have also generated a conversation in the past days, and today it is on the front page of the Herald. Still on the Herald, Kevin Autry returns with $94 million US. Quote a fraud albatross, political pressure and state diplomacy cited. That is captured on the Herald. And Energy Commission workers divided over bosses post-retirement stay. And Ghana's petroleum downstream strategy takes center stage at Global Energy Summit. And lastly, on the front page, it appears Margins Group, they are working hard in the Gambia, because the story says Margins Group anchors Gambia's national biometric ID project. That is on the Herald.
Beautiful story there. The Informer this morning. Government's planned airport rename sparks controversy. As always, everything in Ghana sparks controversy, right? Gabi applauds Apano Marking minority for holding government accountable. There's a favorite one I have here on page. It's on page 5 of the Informer. Sit up or face dismissal in March. This is the local government minister warning MMDCEs. Is there an MMDCE you think should sit up? Let me know. We'll get into that. CJ demands action against Chinese galamseyers and Africa's future lies in unity and strong institutions, not isolation. This is President John Dramani Mahama.
Right. It appears the newly elected flag bearer for the NPP is not resting, because the front page of the Daily Gist says Bawumia storms UK after landslide victory. That is captured there. And then minority rejects 24-hour economy bill. And they also weep for cocoa farmers. That story can be found on page 2 of the Daily Gist. And Kojo Upon Chroma questions 3.8% inflation rate. I think we had that discussion on the show. You had that discussion on the show yesterday.
Yeah.
And no backdoor deal with oral suspects. That is coming in from the Attorney General, indicating that they are not having any backdoor negotiations and all. And lastly, on the front page of the Daily Gist, OSP shops for evidence in NPA fraud case.
So the overseer has a number of interesting stories. First, revival of toll reduces petroleum costs, boosts Ghana's economy. This is President John Dramani Mahama comes with a photograph of the toll boss Edmond Bribia combat here. Other stories, I won't go independent, but I won't be used again. Guess who's speaking?
Who is speaking?
Kennedy Japan.
Kennedy Japan.
Yeah. And court upholds Nana Agrade's conviction, cuts 15-year jail term to 1. And Charlie, if this is true, then Baba Jama,
she must be the happiest
yeah. And her husband too, what's his name?
Isiama. Yesterday, I mean, you saw the videos where he was jubilating.
He's the happiest man alive. This other story that's making me worry for Baba Jamal. It says Amina Adams likely to beat Baba Jamal in NDC Ayawasu East race. This is according to Global Info Analytics.
Wow.
That would mean that the last time he was beaten by a hairdresser,
and this time by
Okay.
That election is coming up tomorrow, and so it will be an interesting one to watch as well.
We'll be bringing you those details.
And there is another interesting story here, especially for the Pan-Africanists. This is the Ghanaian point. Africa is trapped, and President Mahama warns of triple dependency pandemic in Africa.
Yes,
and Vice President also urges solutions to rising land compensation cases. And also, cocoa farmers are not beggars. Pay them now. Minority to the government. And the story where MMDCs who fail to deliver will be sacked by March has also been captured here.
Excellent.
And then government to soon end export of raw gold coming in from Ato Force. Let
me take you to the news center. Margins is one step ID partner, the Gambia's interior minister confirms after office and factory tour. And then so Cocoa Board owes LBC's 10 billion Ghana cedis amid power struggle. This is according to the minority.
Let me now take you to the Daily Graphic, and the president is here again. President moves to stop asset looting and shift power from executive to parliament. We'll bring you the details of that shortly. And they also have Agrada's 15-year sentence reduced to 12 months. That has also been captured here. And the Baba Jamal story, 5 aspirants chase Ayawasu East NDC ticket tomorrow. That can be found on page 13 of the Daily Graphic. So
let me take you online quickly, Samuel. And if you check citinewsroom.com, Africa's triple dependency undermines true sovereignty. This is President Mahama. Ken Ashigbe backs 2-month burial ban at Osu Cemetery. Why Agrada's 15-year sentence was reduced to 12 months? The full judgment is here. You can get to citynewsroom.com for the ratio the Sidendi Asama asking for. Cocoa Board says we are paying LBCs to settle farmers. NDC likely to retain Ayawasu East seat. This is Global Info Analytics, and in that, Amina Adams is likely to beat the man who's left his post at Nigeria as ambassador, saying he wants to serve his people better as MP. He's likely to be beaten, according to Global Info Analytics. Abu Jinapo criticizes Mahama. Criticizes Mahama's government over 24-hour economy policy. The other stories here: GTech suspends accreditation of new general nursing programs, and breakdown of DVLA fees and charges. That is here as well. You know, yesterday we spoke to the corporate affairs director of the DVLA, and people are asking for publication of price, its cost, and all that, charges and all. We have that breakdown
to avoid
on
the kalabuli and all.
Exactly. So go to citynewsroom.com and get those details. If I take you to channel1newsonline.com, high transport costs, border delays blocking intra-African trade. This is McDan CEO speaking. 24-hour economy needs dedicated authority, not just a secretariat. This is Atta Issa here. Ajuso MP on unemployment. He says it is Ghana's biggest security threat and not Galamsey. There are more stories here. Haruna Idrisu denies NDC flag bearer bid posters. There is a poster that has him indicating he's a flag bearer. Oh, it's a beautiful one. Hard-working, affable, respectful, unifier, but they say it's fake. So people should be mindful. It actually looks like AI generated. If you go to the High Street Journal, there are some stories here that will interest you. Government looks to leverage GCX trading platform to deepen agribusiness, exports, and market transparency. SME banking satisfaction dips as corporate and retail surge despite overall improvement in sector. After success hinges on secure smart borders. This is the Interior Minister speaking. And Ghana's mining economy tilts towards small-scale gold and energy transition. There are more stories. Women and SME key to after success. This is the Trade Minister speaking. If you go to my journal online, 17 times is enough. GNCC boss backs IMF exit, demands discipline, and also democracy backsliding in West Africa, but Ghana will prove it works. This is President Mahama speaking here. It took me 18 years to finish my book. Kojentry has a book done and he's sharing details on that. If you go to the BBC, U.S. police believe Savannah Grathel's missing mother is still out there. U.S. and Iran talks to begin as fears of direct conflict continue. And then also, if you go to CNN,
we beg them they should settle their issues because I mean it will have ripple effect on our economy and all. So and the oil, especially fuel.
So Iran poses a very hard dilemma for Trump. That's the big one here. A spiritual guru was jailed for rape and murder. He's out on parole for the 15th time.
Major Caleb, but before we get into the details, the Ghanaian Times, it just came in. So quickly, tackling declining oil and gas production. I mean, there have been concerns over how year on revenue we generate from oil production has reduced. And government says they have secured 3.5 billion investment to boost the sector. That is coming in from Dr. John Jenapo. And still on the Ghanaian Times front page, Kokma suspends burials at Osu Cemetery. Over, I think you raised a concern there, and so action has been taken in that regard. And you also capture the story of Agrada walking free. Wonderful. But this story on BNFT, you mentioned the story about AFTA, where the Interior Minister is saying that secure border will help. So they are saying settlement challenges, not trade, slowing AFTA. And so that's coming in from the managing director of Access Bank. So she is saying that it is a settlement issue that is what is slowing AFTA, but not trade. So they are trading, but the settlement is what is delaying the progress.
Let's get into the details. I start with the Informer this morning. Sit up or face dismissal in March. This is the local government minister. Is minister responsible for local government, chieftaincy and religious affairs, Ahmed Ibrahim, and he has issued a stern warning to non-performing metropolitan, municipal and district chief executives, MMDCEs, to sit up or risk being fired by March 31. When they sit up, then they have to cut up. Now, according to him, the planned shake-up to be announced by the president will take into account key performance standards as prescribed for them, particularly in the area of sanitation in their respective jurisdictions. Mr. Ibrahim, who made the disclosure during an interaction with the Bono Regional House of Chiefs in Sunyani during a working tour of the region earlier this week, stated that MMDCs who have failed to pay critical attention to sanitation and invest in key infrastructure projects will not be spared. President John Mahama in various fora has cautioned MMDCs to ensure that their localities were clean as part of government efforts to bring the country's sanitation challenges under control, now failure of which could cause their dismissal. Quote, cleanliness will become one of the key performance indicators for measuring the performance of MMDCs and will determine whether they remain in office or are removed. Now, reminding them of the president's warning, Mr. Ibrahim advised them not to sit in the comfort of their offices but be proactive in the discharge of their responsibilities by engaging in regular community visitations to learn at first-hand challenges confronting their localities for redress. It would be nice to hear from our listeners
really nice
which of the MMDCEs they think is doing well in this regard and who they think must sit up or already needs to be shown the exit door, because really and truly our cities are becoming over engulfed. Really, the word is engulfed with filth, stench, and it's not the best. We need to do better than we are doing now.
I'm sure if you're an MC or a DC hearing this, you would, sit up as soon as possible to ensure that you are not changed.
Yes.
Now, President moves to stop asset looting, shift power from executive to parliament. Let me quickly bring you that story. And it's on the front page. The story starts on the front page of the Daily Graphic, story by Kester Aburim Crunchy. In a move aimed at curbing the rampant sale and alleged looting of state property, President John Dramani Mahama has announced plans to present a new law to Parliament to strip the executive of sole authority to divest public assets. Now, the proposed divestiture of public property bill will seek to ensure that any sale, transfer or privatization of state-owned lands, factories and other assets must first secure explicit parliamentary approval. Now, the president made a revelation during an interaction with the Ghanaian diaspora community in Lusaka, Zambia, last Wednesday as part of his 3-day state visit to the Southern African country.
Yes, some of the details from that interaction was that he said the government set up a committee and they had uncovered that some folks, acquired state lands for as cheap as 120,000 Ghana cedis and sold them for as much as $2.5 million. He says for those that projects have finished and people are occupying, they've asked them to pay the market value of the land. But for those who are still in the process of building, they've seized the development, so those are not continuing. And there was a firm promise to secure state lands. So we'll see how that goes now. Pay cocoa farmers now. Minority demands. Jennifer Ambule is writing on page 3 of the Chronicle. The Minority Caucus in Parliament has mounted strong pressure on the government and the Ghana Cocoa Board to immediately pay cocoa farmers for beans sold since November 2025, warning that the continued delay is inflicting severe hardship on farming communities and threatening the stability of Ghana's cocoa industry. Addressing a news conference in Accra yesterday, Dr. Yao Isaac Opoku, the ranking member, described the situation as dire and unacceptable, revealing that license buying companies have been unable to pay farmers because funds used to pre-finance cocoa purchases have not been reimbursed by Cocoa Board. I saw a story online attributed to Cocoa Board where it says that we are paying LBCs to settle farmers.
I mean, some assurance from the government.
So let me bring you highlights of that very quickly. Okay. So here, all right. Just give me a second. I'll take care of that. Cocoa Board. We are paying LBCs to settle farmers. Abigail Arthur writes that the Ghana Cocoa Board says it has started making payments to licensed buying companies to enable them pay cocoa farmers for their produce. This comes after concerns were raised by about cocoa farmers going unpaid for several months. And Cocoa Board was speaking yesterday. This is Jerome Kwekusam. He's the head of corporate communications at Cocoa Board. He explained that delays in accessing syndicated funding forced the board to rely on international buyers to finance cocoa purchases. So that's some assurance for the farmers coming in there.
That is good. From one sector to the other, let me take you to the energy sector, because government secures $3.5 billion investment to boost sector. And this is a story captured by Raymond Appiah in the Ghanaian Times, page 12. The Ministry of Energy and Green Transition has signed an oil and gas memorandum of understanding MOU worth $3.5 billion with the Jubilee and 10 and offshore Cape 3 Point partners aimed at stimulating and revitalizing the country's oil and gas sector. Under the agreements, the Jubilee and 10 partners are expected to invest $2 billion, while the OCTP partners will invest $1.5 billion in the sector. Now, the Minister of Energy and Green Transition, Dr. John Abdullahi Janapo, announced this in Accra yesterday in a speech read on his behalf at the launch of the Ghana Extractive Industry Transparency Initiatives, Mining and Oil and Gas report. And so that is pretty much good news coming in for the energy sector, hoping that it will resolve the current challenges with the low revenue we generate as a country from oil production.
Very well. Let's stay within the sector, right? And revival of toll reduces petroleum costs, boosts Ghana's economy. President Mahama is speaking here, has a smiley photograph of toll boss Edmond Combat and President Mahama. And details of the story, Overseer, page 3, has that President John Dramani Mahama has announced that the Tema Oil Refinery is operational again, marking a significant milestone in Ghana's efforts to reduce dependency on imported petroleum products. Now, speaking to the Ghanaian community in Lusaka, Zambia, during his 3-day state visit, President Mahama said miracles continue to happen. Tema Oil Refinery, which was comatose for so many years, 7 years, has kicked up and has started refining crude oil in Ghana again. He noted that the impact of tolls return on the cost of fuel in Ghana. The good thing is when Tema Oil Refinery is working, it allows us to get petroleum products at a lower cost. We get more volumes and we don't buy at spot price on the international market. And so they are ramping up. They are not at full operation yet, but once they do, it will inure to the benefits of our country. Some
great news because the amount of money we spend in importing refined oil, and so if they are brought back on their toes to operate in full capacity, it will really help those of you with cars. Now let me bring you the story. Government will soon end export of raw gold. That is coming in from Dr. Kasiel Atoforsen, and the story is on the Ghanaian Point, page 6. Finance Minister Dr. Kasiel Atoforsen has announced that the government will soon halt the export of raw gold, aiming to boost local value addition and strengthen Ghana's gold processing industry. Now, the move is part of a broader strategy to ensure that more of the country's gold wealth is processed locally, creating jobs and increasing revenue. Dr. Forsen also revealed that significant progress has already been made, noting that the Gold Coast refinery is currently refining 1 metric ton of gold locally each week, with a capacity to process up to 2 metric tons weekly.
So that story ties beautifully into the revival of the tour, both energy sector related stuff. This is value addition, not energy. This is good, right? It came a bit earlier. And so bringing you some politics now.
Okay, let's enter the politics.
Amina Adams likely to beat Baba Jamal in NDC Ayawaso East race. Global Info Analytics here says a recent poll by Global Info Analytics shows Hajia Amina Adams leading the race of the National Democratic Congress NDC parliamentary primary in Ayawaso East ahead of the March 2026 by-election. The survey indicates that 58% of respondents support Hajia Amina Adams, followed by Baba Jamal at 32%. Other aspirants are Mohammed Rahman, Dr. Yakubu Azindo, and Najib Mohammed Sani received 5%, 3%, and 2% respectively. All 5 candidates declared the party's were cleared by the party's vetting process in late January at the NDC's Greater Accra regional office. If this holds sway, because I saw some of the majority MPs go to donate some cash to the woman.
To show support. So still on that,
leave Nigeria as ambassador to come and contest Ayawaso East.
I mean, it's all.
If they hook you, no, Charlie.
But you know what is good for you.
He has to write a book on how it feels like to be defeated twice. No, but he has not been.
Of course, the election has not. This is just a poll, a poll in that regard. So, on that same score, 5 aspirants chase Iowa to East NDC ticket tomorrow. So it means that the election is tomorrow.
That's right.
And this is captured in the Daily Graphic, page 13. Yeah. Now, the race to elect a candidate to contest the March 3 Iowa East constituency parliamentary by-election on the ticket of the NDC has reached fever pitch, with all the 5 aspirants desperately seeking to swing some vote in their favor. Now, certainly the stakes are really high in this internal party contest, since whoever emerges victorious in tomorrow's primary is a potential parliamentarian, given the NDC stronghold over the constituency because of the historical, precedents. Yeah. With regards to that particular constituency, it appears whoever wins the primary tomorrow is very, very likely, almost 90% likely, to become a parliamentarian. That is why the Daily Graphic is saying that this election has really reached a fever pitch.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Stay with us. We'll bring you all the details in our exclusive coverage, comprehensive coverage, I should say.
Should I do another politics? I mean, NPP VIP talks premature.
Okay,
that is coming in
important.
From Abu Jina. Now, the former Minister for Land, the story is done by Ebenezer K. Amponsa on page 3 of the Daily Guide. And former Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Samuel Abu Jinapo, has described calls by a section of the public for the NPP to select a running mate as premature. He said the NPP should rather use this time to focus on internal restructuring ahead of the 2028 general elections. Now, speaking in an interview with the media, Abu Jinapo said discussions about running mates has a tendency of distracting the party from the urgent task of reorganizing and rebuilding its structures after selecting its presidential candidate. A fair point, right?
Yeah. I think we should give them some time. It's a fair point. Now, court upholds Nana Agrada's conviction, cuts 15-year jail term to 1. And details on the story, page number 4 of the Overseer. The Amasaman High Court has reduced the prison sentence handed to controversial evangelist Patricia Siedo-Esiama, popularly known as Nana Agrada, from 15 years to 1 year after ruling that the original punishment was excessive. While the court upheld her conviction, it exercised its discretionary powers to review the sentence, concluding that although the offense warranted a custodial term, the 15-year sentence with hard labor was disproportionate to the circumstances of the case. In addition to the reduced jail term, the court imposed a fine of 200 penalty units equivalent to 2,400. The revised sentence takes effect from the date of her conviction on July 3, 2025, meaning that Nana Agrada will serve a total of 12 months in prison. The details of that the full judgment is on citynewsroom.com. So go there and grab a read. Just a very quick final one for me. Perennial flooding and popular decisions are necessary. This quote is attributed to the Vice President, Professor Nana Jane Opokwajiman, who looks very, very well on Channel 1 News. Online.com. Very happy looking Vice President. She has called on the Ministry of Works and Housing to intensify public education to discourage construction in waterways and flood prone areas.
Right. Lastly, before we go, Dr. Baumia storms UK after landslide victory. We brought that story during the headlining. And the story by Daniel Bampo, page 3 of the Daily Gist, fresh from what party sources have described as a landslide victory in the NPP. Presidential Prime Dr. Mahmoud Baumia has departed Accra for the UK, combining international engagement with post-primary reconciliation efforts.
Beautiful. That was the news review.
Oh, Jopana. Go. Gugomi. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I'll go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, I then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make her feel the gobe too small.
The go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Hey, Andrea. Challenge these days, new level crowd. Where did you pass?
Me, pass somewhere. I just switched for a better life.
Hey.
I switched for comfort. Look, your salary deserves better.
Switch?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
I switched my salary account to Fidelity Bank.
Oh, okay.
And that's my jackpot. I get higher loan amounts with lower interest rates, as well as personalized financial support. They gave me a loan to expand my side hustle, and the terms are just flexible.
Wow.
Your salary deserves better.
Oh, my salary deserves better, Pa. You see the way you are smiling wide? Yes, I will switch and smile wider. Your salary deserves better. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy lower interest rate, car and home loan, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. Switch and smile wider. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
If I believe with us, Fidelity. If I know I day aside, Fidelity.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
It's time for the business news. Now, Shika Caesar is here to serve you all the information you need in the world of business. Chicks collections.
Okay, Leb.
Chicks, it's a Friday.
I know, right?
And you're glowing this morning.
I am.
What's up?
I'm just happy to be alive.
You're happy to Charlie, we are happy for life. Grateful for that. What's in the news, Shika?
Hello and welcome to the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, EcoBank and Valex Lease. I'm Nashika Caesar. Coming up, local cocoa farmers can now heave a sigh of relief as Cocoa Board promises to settle debts owed them. Also coming up, players within private sector push for efficient trade and transport systems. Let's settle for the details of our stories now. The Ghana Cocoa Board has assured cocoa farmers that steps are being taken to clear outstanding payments owed them. The farmers who have threatened to protest say they are owed more than 10 billion cedis for supplies made since November last year. Speaking to Citi Business News, Head of Public Affairs Jerome Sam says payments processes have begun and will continue until the arrears are settled.
We've started making some payments to the LBCs. In fact, November, we made over 6 billion. December, we made over 5 billion payments. And even January, we've made 6 billion. And even this month, we've made over 620 million cedi hot payments. But this is not to state categorically that we do not have some monies that are to be paid to these people. But we are indeed paying money to them for them to also pay the farmers, whichever amount that is outstanding.
Jerome Sam is Head of Public Affairs at the Ghana Cocoa Board. Now, private sector players are pushing for efficient trade and transport systems to facilitate intra-African trade. They insist that high transport costs, delays at borders, and inconsistent customs processes are still barriers that hinder African entrepreneurs. Daniel Odumensa has more in this report.
Stakeholders say addressing these challenges is critical to unlocking the full potential of the African Continental Free Trade Area, which aims to boost trade among African countries and strengthen regional integration. Speaking on the second day of the 2026 African Prosperity Dialogues in Accra, the executive chairman of Magdan Group of Companies, Daniel Macaulay, noted that without improved infrastructure and streamlined border procedures, businesses will continue to face unnecessary expenses that reduce competitiveness.
High transport costs, delay at borders, inconsistent custom processes, and fragmented regulation continue to suffocate growth. I have seen situations where moving goods within Africa costs more than shipping to another continent.
Meanwhile, the Chief Executive Officer of the Zonda Tech Ghana Limited, Yang, has challenged young people and women to embrace training and innovation to scale up their SMEs to be competitive players in intra-African trade.
Knowledge and ideas are our rival. So embrace training, embrace entrepreneurship, and innovate.
You heard the Chief Executive Officer of Zonda Tech Ghana Limited, Yang ending that report filed by Daniel Odro-Mensah. The 3-day 2026 African Prosperity Dialogues ends today. It is being held on the theme Empowering SMEs, Women and Youth for the Single Market. Innovate, Collaborate, Trade. Away from that, the Member of Parliament for Sagnarugu, Atta Issa, has rejected criticism of the proposed 24-hour economy policy and its secretariat. His comments follow claims by Kojo Oponkruma that the policy is unnecessary and does not require legislation. Speaking on Channel 1 Newsroom, Atta says the secretariat will operate within a clearly defined legal framework.
When we first took office in January, Honorable Gusitano came and briefed Parliament on what exactly is the 24-hour model. Now, following from that, it doesn't have any independent budgetary allocation. There's no governance structure, and there's no even issues of addressing challenges. They didn't have any legal capacity. So if you are an short of a government machinery, as and when the government feels need, then they give you. Now we are saying that we are giving them a legal backing so that when they demand a coordinated effort from a ministry, there is a legal requirement that mandate that institution to comply.
Atta Issa is a Member of Parliament for Sagnarugu and a Member of Parliament's Finance Committee. Now, on the interbank market today, the dollar is trading at 10 cedis 98 pesos, while the British pound is going for 14 cedis 88 pesos, and the euro is going for 12 cedis 95 pesos. And that's it for the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, EcoBank, and Valix Lease. I'm Nashika Caesar. Many thanks for your company. Do have a great business day.
Hey, do they want to sack you dry? Now, why shall I tin way? Engagement things and kwenye. Hey, sure. They even added washing machine, fridge, flat screen TV, 65 inches and so. How do they expect you to buy all these and still take care of your family? Oh, Kwame.
Mama. And how hukra? With Access Bank's Pick Now, Pay Later, we can get everything now in minutes and pay at 0% interest over the next 6 months. Eye koko kra.
Hey, sir.
Access Bank says faster is here. With a now digitized Pick Now, Pay Later, life's big moments are within reach. Just click, pick, approved in minutes. For more information, call our 24-hour contact center on 0800 00 4400. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
Momo. It has made life happen in lots of good ways.
Mr. Kwanzaa, Mensah insurance claim no.
It has put together beautiful weddings. It has filled the bellies of boys at their favorite wachi joint.
My guy, stop. Who they chop cancel these days?
It has made millions of businesses possible.
Mensah no. We are back in business.
With just a few taps, money moves faster, easier, and safer. Momo understands the weight of your trust in us. We continuously enhance security with features like self-paying research to help you protect your money. Momo will only call you with 0244 300,000. No MTN or Momo staff will call or ask for your PIN or one-time password. Do not transfer funds to anyone whose identity you have not verified. Do not approve any prompts you have not initiated. Momo, still Wunsaka.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. This is the City Breakfast Show.
Of
dealer, we dey talk about the moolah. But if they fall back, sit of your rover. With Anita, where you jump for Itaja. If you get it business, make you call me. If you get wahala, make you call. When you knock me billing, I go forfeit. Cause you feel to shake.
7 after 10 on a Friday morning. February 6, 2025. We'll bring you the business edition very shortly. Today's is a very interesting one. If you're into business, you're an entrepreneur, you run a business, you manage a business, you own a business, it will really interest you. What is in it for you with respect to the new VAT reform that is ongoing? How can you comply so that you don't get issues? Because somewhere I heard that compliance is a resource because it saves you from, penalties and fines and eventual closure. It gives you an edge over your competition because while you who is complying has the freedom to advertise, your competitors who are not complying cannot advertise because they are hiding, their books are not good. I heard that and I thought that was really interesting. Compliance is a resource. So what do you need to know in the new VAT reform that is ongoing? What are some of the opportunities you can take advantage of? And what are some of the new things that you need to know so you avoid penalties and grow your business? Because when we all pay our taxes, the nation develops, doesn't it? Right. So that will be coming up shortly. Francis Tomoboy, a tax consultant, sits with my colleague Neil Latte, and they break it all down for you. So look forward to that. Tax reforms and how you can benefit from it, maximize it. In the meantime, Access Bank is rewarding customers. You want to be a part of our loyalty program? It's designed to add value to your everyday banking experience. Whether you're shopping, traveling, handling business expenses, or every transaction, you make with Access Card brings you closer to exclusive benefits, premium privileges, personalized rewards, all tailored to suit your lifestyle. Points earned through your card transactions can be redeemed seamlessly at any of our merchant partners nationwide, making your spending go even further. So whether you're a frequent flyer, regular shopper, or managing daily family or business or personal needs, Rewards by Access ensures you get more from every spend. Use your Access Card today. You will enjoy a rewarding banking experience only with Access Card, only with Access Bank. LoyaltyRewards.Ghana.AccessBankPLC.com is where to visit. Toll-free number to call is 0800 004400. Access Bank is more than banking.
If you get it business, make you call me. If you get wahala, make
You've been enjoying the MTN Free After One. Now it's time for MTN Free After One Extra, where you can talk for 1 whole hour uninterrupted while paying for only the first minute of every 10 minutes you talk. That means for every 10 minutes you talk within the hour, you only pay for the first minute and you get to talk for 60 minutes straight with no interruptions. If you like what you hear, well, as if that's not enough, we get to give you 100 megabytes of data for free after your first call on Saturday. So look forward to it. Now it's time to talk extra with the people you love. Subscribe to the MTN Free After One Extra today. Just dial star 550 hash, star 550 hash, and then follow the prompts. Now, as we step into this brand new year, Lesheho Ghana says, listen, thank you. You are cherished customers. Thank you for trusting, supporting, and doing business with us throughout 2025. Your loyalty means everything to us. And now, going into 2026, we are looking forward to growing even more with you, supporting your growth, your financial growth, and improving your lives with innovative financial solutions. The shareholders improve life. It's been filling after filling at Shell. Drivers all over Ghana, including Emmanuel, Ejapon, Collins, and Bright Aqua, Takradik, and Kumasi and Accra. That's where they are. They've all already won free fuel just by trying the new and improved Shell fuels. And you could be next in our upcoming weekly draw. From now to the end of this month, buy 300 Ghana cedis or more worth of the new and improved Shell fuels. Stand a chance to win big. 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, even 1 year free fuel up for grabs. What a feeling. Don't miss this opportunity. Visit the nearest Shell service station. Fill up for an opportunity to become one of our weekly winners. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms, conditions apply. New and improved Shell fuels, better by far. You will experience banking like never before if you picked up your phone, went to the Play Store or App Store and then download the first mobile app, or simply dialed *894#, the magic code for what we call quick banking. This is what we are offering you at First Bank Ghana. You will make real-time transactions with the app or the code. You will enjoy fast, secure, convenient banking like never before. Instant airtime data purchase, funds transfer to and from your Momo wallets, inter and intra-bank transfers, plus so much more is what you get. So what are you waiting for? Jump onto the Play Store, App Store, download the First mobile app, or simply dial *894#. Follow the prompts and join thousands of customers enjoying seamless banking. 0596 921 921 is the number to call. First Solutions at firstbankgroup.com. Email us, we're happy to respond. First Bank, you first. So we are jumping into that wonderful conversation Neil Latte had when he sat down with tax consultant and lawyer Francis Timoboy on the VAT reforms that are ongoing. All that you need to know is what you get in this conversation. Enjoy.
This is the City Breakfast Show.
But what do all these changes mean for SMEs, entrepreneurs, importers, and most importantly, even you as the ordinary consumer? Will these reforms really ease the tax burden we talk about and promote fairness in the system? That's what we are looking at on the Citi Business Edition right here on 97.3 Citi FM this morning. My guest is a tax consultant, he's a researcher, and above all, a lawyer who joins us. Francis Timoboy is my guest this morning on the Citi Business Edition. Thank you so much for joining us. It's always a pleasure having you, Francis.
Thank you, Nee. It's good to be here.
Indeed. You know, when the finance minister presented the 2026 budget somewhere in November last year, he was really big on VAT reforms, and today here we are. It's already taking off. Some businesses have also, made some changes as far as the computation of, the VAT system is concerned. Today, I just want you to educate us, really. When the government says we are reforming our tax architecture, we are revising the whole calculation and computation, really. I look at the circular the Ghana Revenue Authority, for example, put out. I see 5 things: the threshold, the decoupling, the flat VAT, as well as the removal of the COVID-19. Really, what is the government doing? What problem is the government solving?
So, first of all, I think it's important you raised this issue because VAT is a consumption tax, and anything consumption affects our daily lives. So the goods we buy, the services we consume, unless it is specifically exempted under the law, you one way or the other pay taxes on it, which means that the price that you are going to pay is going to be higher and is going to hit your pocket. For those who visit the restaurants, you realize that sometimes the taxes can even buy extra food. So it is important that when government is talking about this thing, we all show some interest. And again, reforms are normal. Once a while, you have to consolidate and then try to catch up with new trends, technology, and the way the world is moving. So here again, we are in 2013, which is about 12 years ago. We did one of the reforms. We consolidated our laws. And in between 2013 and 2025, the government did a number of amendments, including the 2018 decoupling that was done. So 2025 government says that we want to reform the VAT system again. Certain things that are not working properly, let's do away with them. So that is where we are now. But like you said, a couple of things are coming up which appears to be, unique. One of them is the threshold. In the past, government has been, collecting the taxes. Government, this is a consumption tax, but then government appoint businesses. We call them registered persons. Mostly they are businesses.
So when you say consumption tax, it means that you pay because you are consuming.
You pay because you are consuming, unless you don't buy. And it is one of the biggest tax type with the largest base. You see, for income tax, some people may not be working, so they will not pay income tax. For example, if you're a pensioner, you are an old person, so you don't pay income tax. But for consumption taxes, the more you consume, the more you pay, unless the item you are consuming has been listed on a long list of items we call the exemption list. If it is not there, it means that you have to pay. Excuse me, say, even if you go to the barber and the barber is, dressing your hair, and it is not listed as an exempt item, then whatever you pay, you have to pay, including the tax. So that's why we call it consumption tax. And one thing that is very interesting about consumption tax is that if you're a developing country, young people are buying, people are consuming, building, buying cars. So the expectation is that consumption tax works very well in a developing country because people are, you are now developing. So consumption,
and people are also consuming.
People are consuming. So the expectation is that consumption tax should increase. And we are. It's unfortunate that in our part of the country or in our part of the world, consumption tax in Ghana, because of the structure, was not increasing the way it's supposed to be. And I believe that is informed one of the main concerns that government is.
I see, but from what you initially mentioned, I get to hear that the last time we made some reforms to our VAT system was 12 years ago. Is that correct?
That was 2013, 12 years ago. So under that system, we consolidated all the laws. The first law was introduced in 1998. That was the first time we had a formal VAT system. We had tried it in 1994-95. It didn't work, which led to the Kumi Prekon demonstration. So they recoiled and then came back fully in 1998. So between 98 and to 2013, we did consolidation and reformed it, and then the next one is what we are having.
So how different was that from what we currently have?
You mean the 1998 one?
No, the
2013 one.
The 2013 one.
So
maybe 1998 will be too long a time, or maybe you can give us the history.
No, I mean VAT. Before we were operating the sales tax system. The sales tax system is a single stage tax. So if you're a manufacturer, we asked you to add some tax on it so that the consumer will buy. So it was at one point, just like excise duty or communication service tax. Then we said that sales tax is not too good, so let's change it to a value added tax. So we charge you based on the value addition, the value that you add to the goods or service that you are providing.
Is the same as ad valorem, as some people say, or that's different?
Ad valorem is a different base of calculating the tax, but the VAT, as in, is a whole, it's a tax type which is based on consumption. But the difference is that because it's a value added, if you are not the final consumer, you don't pay it. You get a refund for the VAT that you have paid on your raw material. So that is what we call the input-output mechanism.
All right.
So in 1998 we introduced it, and then it ran to 2013. There was a lot of amendments. One important thing is that what we call the exempt list, we keep updating it. Sometimes we'll come and say, this is an essential item, let's not charge VAT on it. For example, educational services. We all agree that educational services is something critical. Financial services, get to a point we get confused. Okay, should we charge VAT on financial services or we shouldn't charge? So we debate, then we go back to amend the exempt list. So these changes, it gets to a point where you need to pause, consolidate and revise and put everything into one law. So we did one in 2013, and then as we speak, we are doing the new one has taken place.
Thank you so much, Francis, for this particular background that you've given us. I don't know which of the classes you've taken us back to.
So I was talking about the threshold in the new under the new.
So
one.
The threshold for VAT registration for businesses who deal in goods has been increased from 200,000 Ghana cedis to 750,000 Ghana cedis.
Correct.
What does this mean?
So it means a lot. First of all, it means that if you are a service provider today, excuse me, say if you're a shoe shine person and you provide services to people, you are supposed to charge irrespective of how much you make. But let's talk about the reasons or the idea behind threshold.
Very important.
Threshold is not new in Ghana. In 1998, when we introduced the law, we had a threshold. The threshold we had was 20,000 Ghana cedis, then 200 million. And the cedi equivalent was around 86,000. The dollar equivalent was around 86,000. In 2001, we changed it to 10,000. 2010, we amended the threshold to 90,000. 2013, we took it to 120,000. Then 2015, we pegged it at 200,000. Now, the reason why we introduced threshold is that, you see, VAT, you appoint people to collect the taxes. And because it's a value added, you don't want to bring small micro entities, excuse me, people who are selling matches to cities. Then you ask them to charge VAT. Because of the compliance and filing and, the obligation on you, you collect the tax on behalf of government. Then you go and give it to government. So you try to separate those minor and micro entities out so that you can focus on, real business entities and real I'm trying to say people who are doing value addition. So we use threshold, your annual turnover, to determine, okay, you are a bigger entity and therefore charge VAT for government and account. So we use the threshold to separate and, exempt those small entities so that we don't burden them with, the compliance mechanism.
But if that's the case, if you set a higher threshold, are you also not shrinking the VAT for you as a government? Actually,
there's a standard. You see, and again, today, you remember I mentioned that 2015 we had 200,000.
Yes.
200,000 in dollar term. Let me use a more stable currency. In dollar term was 53,000 in 2015. Today, even though you see it as increased to 750,000, if you convert it to dollar terms, it's around 62,000. So you see that we are almost around the same.
I get a point.
So for me, and again, it's important you've raised it because Guta was complaining that this threshold was going to create some segregation in the market. And I was saying that, look, we haven't moved drastically. You see the value, 2015, 200,000 is not 200,000 today. The value has gone down. So threshold has always been there. It's only in Ghana, and it is for administrative convenience. You don't want to add everybody into the registration net and say go and collect VAT. It will be too difficult to even administer. And again, you cannot even police them properly because they are collecting the tax on your behalf. They are more like agents. So you, the government or the GRA, sometimes you need to police and say, are you collecting the taxes I asked you to collect and pay? And indeed, we have instances where people collect and they don't account for it. So these are some of the reasons why thresholds are always introduced. But one concern that we have under the law, or let me say I personally have, is the exclusion of the service providers.
I was coming to that. I was about asking why the government says for goods based. So if you are a service provider, what happens to you? Is there any specific explanation to that?
In fact, we haven't gotten any real explanation. If you compare this law to the 2013 one, 2013 goods and services, everybody
was included.
There's some equality there.
Yeah.
Right now, what it means is that if you are a small entity and you are providing service, then you are supposed to register. There's no exemption. You are supposed to register. But what we have heard the GRA saying is that yes, they are supposed to register, but we will not automatically register everybody. We need to assess you. But that also creates some risk. Tomorrow, if I am there, I'm a service provider. Let's say I'm a small business consultant and GRA says you are supposed to register and you didn't register. What do I say? You understand? So people are saying that, well, maybe it could be an omission. So maybe the government will need to go back and see how they can bring that equality. But it's, for me as a person, it's a great concern because we need to apply the threshold. We don't need to bring small. If somebody provides service 10,000 cedis a year, you're asking the person to check how much is the VAT on it. So maybe government will need to go back and check and see whether they can, spread the threshold across everybody so that we can have the threshold applicable to everybody. And again, this threshold has some implication with the modified taxation that they've introduced. And we've heard in the quarters that they will do something about it.
So is it basically a relief to, businesses who now fall below the threshold?
It is a relief. But first of all, between 200 and 750,000, maybe you have already been registered because you made the threshold if you are a retailer of goods. So those people, it doesn't mean that you should automatically stop. What the GRA has come out to communicate is that you continue to charge, but you need to walk to the GRA office and tell them that, look, I don't meet this threshold. I'm already on the register. Remember, when you register, they put you in the system. Then you keep filing. So the system is expecting that you come and collect taxes and pay. So what the GRA is saying is that come to them, continue to charge, come to them until you have been deregistered. Then based on the information you provide to them, let's say your turnover, you say I don't meet the threshold anymore, I'm 300,000, so deregister me. If they deregister you, it means that to the businessman you can continue to maybe charge the same price, which is a profit to you, because before you were adding the taxes. Let's say 100, you add the taxes to it and it comes to 104, assuming you were a flat rate person, or even 120,000. Now you can decide to either reduce your prices, which of course you're going to attract more customers, or you can decide to maintain the prices. And when you maintain the prices, it's going to be more profit to you. So for me, it's a relief to businesses who are below the threshold. But if you're already registered, it is automatic. You need to take steps to go and deregister yourself, that on the basis that you don't meet the threshold, and therefore the GRA will stop you from charging the VAT, and whatever you collect comes to you as a profit. So it's a big relief for them. Just that it's now a burden for small businesses who provide services, and we hope that the GRA will come and clarify that point. But the way the law as it is now means that if you're a small business, maybe you have to walk to the GRA and say, my turnover is 100,000, am I supposed to register? But one thing is that the registration threshold is just one yardstick to register.
What are the other yardsticks?
We have voluntary registration. So maybe you are a service provider and you think that you want to collect taxes, you can voluntarily register. Again, the Commissioner General can also compulsorily register you. So these are other ways that you can get yourself registered. But under the new law, threshold has provided some critical changes. Again, the flat rate has also been abolished.
Exactly.
The flat rate was introduced around May 2007, and it was based on the idea that people who deal in goods, they are unable to normally keep books because VAT depends largely on records keeping. Remember, you are acting as an agent for government, so you are supposed to keep records before you can even get the input deduction. You are supposed to keep records and show proof that I bought so much for as my raw material before government can give you that refund. We had some category of people who were not able to keep the records, so government said, okay, let's do flat rate for you. And at that time, research had shown that the margin was around 3%. The difference between input and output was 3%. So we came out with 3%. So, okay, charge 3% on the goods that you sell. If you charge 3%, you are not entitled to input VAT. Then along the line, COVID-19 levy came around 2021. So if they sell, those who were under the flat rate, they charge 3% VAT and then 1% COVID-19. And that is what they were accounting to the government. What the GRA has done now under the new law is that has been abolished. But I must say that we were playing a little bit politics with that flat rate, because it came somewhere 2015, we took it off, and then it came back again, and now we are told that under the new law it's completely abolished. So if you're a flat rate person, what the GRA is saying is that you cannot continue charging flat rate anymore. You need to stop charging, and instead start charging the standard rate of 20%, which is the 15% VAT, and then the two levies. Which
it's good. It's good you've mentioned that. So some people say that the effective VAT rate is 15%, but the standard rate is 20%.
Correct.
So how are you able to illustrate that to us? So for example, if I go and buy something right now, let's say I buy something worth 100 Ghana cedis. Hitherto, the 21.9% will take me to some 120 90 pesos. But this time around, we are seeing some 120 Ghana cedi. Just explain to us, how will the computation going to be like going forward? It has started already, and so on my invoice, what should I be looking out for? Especially because I know COVID-19 levy is gone.
So in the past, one of the main reasons for this reform is the cascading effect.
Indeed.
August 2018, somebody thought and said that, look, Get Fund, which was introduced in the year 2000, and then N-Hill, which was introduced in 2003.
So those two still 2.5, right?
2.5,
okay.
2.5. Someone said that if they are levies, then we shouldn't give it as a deductible input tax to businesses. So what happened then was that if you were selling under the old system, assuming you buy 100 cedis, you add 2.5 Get Fund, you add 2.5 N-Hill, and then you add 1% COVID-19. That alone gives you like 6 cedis. So you add it to the 100 cedis.
To make it 106.
106. Before you come and apply the VAT of 15%, that takes you to 121 cedis, 90%. That's why we said the effective rate was 21.9%. Because the actual price of the goods is 100 cedis. Why did I get to 121.9 cedis? What has been done
which
now,
the 21 cedi, 90% can actually buy another food like you mentioned.
can buy another food. So what has been done now is that this separation that was done, the separation of the levies from the VAT base that was done in August 2018 has been restored. So what is happening now is that if you take the same price of 100 cedis, you apply the Get Fund of 2.5 on the 100, you apply the N-Hill on the 100, so 2.5. That will give you 105. But instead of the VAT being applied on the 105, we still apply it on the 100
cedis.
So you see now there's no tax on tax.
So that's the elimination of the cascading effect.
So this time there's no tax on tax anymore. So you add everything and you see that you come and get 120. So in the nutshell, government has given back 1 cedi 90 pesos. And again, the COVID-19 has also gone. So there's some savings of 1 cedi 90 pesos there. But what we've realized is that if you go to some of the restaurants and other places, because the impact is very small, the food price still remains the same. So we're asking, why hasn't the price dropped? But we believe that over time,
things will change.
Things will change. And again, one important thing is that under the old system, this 6% was not claimable from government. So it formed part of their production cost. In other words, if you go and buy, assuming that you go and buy your raw materials, because you couldn't claim that one from government, you have to add it as part of your production cost. So your production cost goes up. Of course, if your production cost goes up, you need to reprice in order for you to stay in business. What is happening now is that COVID-19 is gone. So you only have the 5%, the 2.5. The good thing is that businesses can now go and claim this 2.5, which is the 5 cedis, from government.
Wow.
So what it means is that you are not supposed to add it to your production cost. And this is where we're expecting that prices should drop. Because you are going to claim it from government. Before, you were adding it to the cost before charging it to me. Now you need to set it aside because you're going to claim it. So at the end of the day, production cost is expected to drop, which is a huge benefit to the business community.
So it's a two-way affair. Businesses are benefiting.
Correct.
Consumers are also benefiting.
Consumers are supposed to benefit because if production cost goes down, you're supposed to also reduce your price. That it will come to me. So if before I was buying one bowl and my money now things should go down for me to buy more. So that is the expectation. But again, we'll leave it for the Ghanaian business to also determine.
Indeed.
Whether they will reduce their price.
You are still listening to the Citi Business Edition here on 97.3 Citi FM. With me, Neil Latte. My guest is Francis Timobo. He is a tax consultant and also the executive director of the Africa Center for Tax Policy Research. Am I correct?
Right.
We are trying to make sense of the new VAT reforms that have already taken effect. Businesses are benefiting, consumers are also expected to benefit. And so we've spoken about the flat rate that has been eliminated, the decoupling of the NHIL as well as the Get Fund levy, the removal of the COVID-19 levy as well as the threshold. But Francis, let's talk about the broader impact on, the government. That's the fiscal. We expect the government to also meet its, revenue targets for the year. How is the government going to balance the two? Especially because I see the government banking its hopes on, voluntary compliance. Education, we've said time without number, is the key to, ensuring that we bring in a lot more people into the tax brackets. I mean, you have been doing this work for God knows how long, and you are the expert. So tell me, we know that some of these things are expected to, bring in more money into the government coffers. How is the government going to stem the tide? And how should businesses also help government achieve its revenue target? And if you're a business and you do not know how to go about all of these things, what options are available for you?
So first of all,
it's a packed one.
Yes. So first of all, from the government side, yes, we are aware that government has thrown out some money. COVID-19 alone was giving us a lot of money, in excess of 3.5 billion cedis, and it's been eliminated. The decoupling too, before, because government was not refunding to the business community, government was collecting the money. All of these things have been restructured and it's going back. The minister says that 2026 alone, this reform put together is around 6 billion cedis, which is going back to the community. That's a huge money loss to the government. However, the mitigating factor here is that government is banking its hope on compliance, enhanced compliance, and VAT works on compliance. Okay, so a number of digital tools are being deployed. We know of the EVAT system, and now that the threshold has also been increased, what it means is that GRA can now focus and properly police the system. Remember, you are just an agent and you are collecting the taxes. So policing is supposed to, beef the compliance that is expected to widen the base. So now that there's no more cascading effect, honestly, if you ask me, about 80 to 90% of this is dependent on compliance. If compliance fails, then we are all in a very deep hole, because by that time we might have, already scrapped these taxes. We've seen the GRA embarking on other measures. For example, they are now, digital systems are also, or digital online, or what we call the e-commerce. Yeah, it's a major item which is ongoing. Many people sell online, especially for non-residents. We are aware that GRA is also trying to roll out some policy measures where people who sell online, whether through services, online platforms, GRA is trying to see how they can also capture them into the tax net. So all these tools, together with the digital environment and the digital innovation that they are putting in place, it's expected that it will mitigate the loss that the government is losing on this particular reform.
Very well. So, but I want you to also use this opportunity to educate us on two quick things. For example, I keep hearing unified tax system. What does it entail?
First of all, let's talk about the unified. Before we had too many VAT segregations. The real estate people were charging 5%. The flat rate people were there. And then we also had the standard rate. Why can't we put all of these things together and then everybody pays the same tax? Those who are not supposed to be in that tax net, let's take them out by increasing the threshold. So that has been done. So right now, it brings these multiple taxes away. Again, the cascading effect, the multiple taxes where you have to add some tax on another before you calculate. All of these things are gone. Now we have a straight standard rate.
So can we say what we are experiencing now is a unified tax system?
I think that it's uniform. There's more uniformity in our VAT system. If you qualify to be registered, you are coming to charge one tax rate, which everybody will charge. If you don't qualify, don't come near the tax rate, and then we move. That is better. Again, it makes the calculation even more simpler. I don't need to, do I need to add this in before? Just go straight away. The reason why I believe we are still maintaining Get Fund and NHIL is that these are earmarked funds. Yeah. We know Get Fund goes into education support, and then the NHIL, we have all accepted that these are critical national funds that we need. So that for me, it's a single administrative filing, payment, and everything in one unit. We hope that over time another government will not come and restructure them again for us to go back again.
Okay, so Francis, I'm sure somebody joined the conversation somewhere in the middle and we are ending. We've been talking about the VAT reforms, the changes, the removal of some of the levies and what have you. But really, what impacts does it leave on the ordinary businessman or woman and the ordinary consumer? What should we see changing in terms of how this is applied, how we benefit, and how we even pay?
Great. So, first of all, reforms are normal. They occur once a while. It's been 12 years when we started implementing our law, so we are now reforming the new law. The major change is that COVID-19 has been eliminated. It's been deleted. So if you, as a consumer, if you go to the shop, please check your receipt. If they are still charging COVID-19, ask them that on what authority are they charging COVID-19. Maybe they will explain to you that they've not changed their system. Please insist if they can refund that money to you. That is the first one as a consumer. Number two is that for businesses, it's a big relief because from 1st January, 5% of all your purchases is going to be available as input. So already what we call OPEX, operating expenses, is going to be reduced by 5% on all your purchases. Reason being that government is going to refund that one to you through the input-output mechanism. Number three, we expect prices to go down with these reforms. And if prices are not going down, please, we plead the business community, please consider your price structure because the reform is supposed to benefit yourself and also businesses as well. To government, we expect that full compliance should take place. Otherwise, these reforms, even though we expect it to widen the base, if compliance do not take place, and that will also depend on how we roll it out. How quickly can we deploy the digital services, the electronic fiscal devices? How quickly can we roll it out? If we're able to roll it out perfectly, trust me, I believe that in the medium to long term, Ghana's VAT is going to take a very good shape. Currently, if you take about 35 countries, I think Togo is doing better in terms of VAT compliance than us because they are doing about 42% of their VAT revenue to total revenue. And Ghana, I think the last time I checked was around 18 to 20%. And since we are consuming, developing economy, consumption tax is supposed to go up. So the reform is good. The implementation is usually the challenge. To what extent can we implement it for the benefit of our country, Ghana? So we hope that over time, all the innovations that the GRA has promised, they will roll out, especially the digital side, will come and help, and then things will move properly and will raise revenue for Ghana for the development that we are all seeking.
Very succinct, and I don't know what else to ask you, Francis. But I think at the center of this conversation is the revenue mobilization arm of the government. That's the Ghana Revenue Authority, and we know that ever since the Commissioner General was appointed, he's been embarking on a number of initiatives, trying as much as possible to broaden the base and ensure that we rake in more revenue as we desire as a country for the development that you talk about. So in terms of the role of the GRA, what form and shape should it be taking going forward if we want to consolidate some of the gains or all the gains in terms of our VAT regime?
So for me, I think GRA plays a very key, and in fact they are the center of this new reform. So a lot more is expected from them. We expect that GRA should embark on serious registration and deregistration of companies that are not supposed to be on the register. We should deregister them. And then there should be more education. Reforms like this you need a lot more education. The last time I was surprised to hear some questions from the public education that we did. A lot more people have questions on their mind. So GRA should be available. We expect more education to be done. And again, today we are deploying a lot of digital tools. So the certified invoicing should be prioritized. We need to enforce it. And we don't have booklets as we speak. The new law came up with new requirements. So VAT booklets and all those things, we will plead with the GRA to facilitate that one quickly so that businesses can get it to issue to customers. Again, we expect more monitoring and compliance. And above all, there should be a measured enforcement approach. We are in the transition period. And so first, let's focus on education first, enforcement second, especially in the early stages of the law, and above all, government revenue would increase and then become more sustainable. We need to take our VAT revenue contribution as it stands now, because the basic thing is that we are a developing country, we are consuming, and consumption taxes should fund most of the government's expenditure.
Indeed. You have been listening to the Citi Business Edition, where we have been examining the key VAT reforms, what is new for businesses, importers, and also consumers. So I decided to bring in Francis Timoboy to help us understand the country's new VAT reforms, what has changed, and what it means for you. And from what I gleaned from your insights, Francis, the reforms go beyond just the law, right? It's more of education and voluntary compliance, as you say. And it's just early days here, so we hope to see what really becomes of these reforms going forward. But thank you so much. Special thanks to you, Francis Timoboy, tax consultant, also with the Africa Center for Tax Policy Research. Many thanks indeed for your time. The Citi Breakfast Show continues. Bye for now.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
When Ghana wakes, questions wake with her. Jobs, roads, power, water, policies that touch real lives. From the market woman to the boardroom, from the street to the state house. This is where the nation speaks. This is where leaders are held to account. The Citi Breakfast Show, the biggest morning show in Ghana. National conversations, real impact. The Citi Breakfast Show on 97.3 Citi FM.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
All right, Friday, February 6, 2026. Welcome aboard to you, the Friday edition of Kickoff. Kickoff is proudly brought to you by Shell V Power, Zonda GH, Polytangana, and Lasheho. Let's improve life. I'm Gabriel Fett. Let's get straight into it. And today marks exactly 3 years since Ghana mourned the tragic passing of Black Stars forward Christian Atsu, who lost his life in a devastating earthquake in Turkey. Now, a tweet from the Black Stars handle on X this morning paid a solemn tribute to the late Christian Atsu 3 years after his passing, honoring a player whose commitment, humility, and love for the country left a lasting mark. Now, the Black Stars remembered Atsu as a footballer who wore the national colours with pride and represented Ghana with distinction both on and off the pitch. The Black Stars concluded their tribute by wishing him eternal rest, reaffirming that his memory will forever remain etched in Ghanaian football history. Well, away from that, Ghana's qualification to the 2026 FIFA World Cup has reignited excitement among football fans across the country, with many hoping to travel abroad to support the Black Stars. However, authorities are urging supporters to follow the right visa application process to avoid falling victim to scams and immigration challenges. My colleague Bernard Abekortre has more in this report.
Football is once again uniting Ghanaians as the Black Stars gear up for the 2026 FIFA World Cup to be hosted by the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Former sports minister and current DRIP coordinator Edwin Nilante Vanderpoy is calling for a fair and transparent system in selecting Ghanaian supporters who will travel to the tournament, stressing that the opportunity should not be limited to the same individuals. His call aligns with Section 2.3 of the Justice Jamefe Commission report, which recommends that where government sponsorship is deemed necessary, a clear policy and selection criteria must be applied.
If it's going to be lottery, what is going to be this, we should do it to be able so that it will be fair and transparent to everybody. If somebody has been to the World Cup before, Why do we want to send the same person to another World Cup? There are other Ghanaians. There are thousands and millions of other Ghanaians who have never had the opportunity to do that. So let's create an opportunity where it will not be the same group of supporters always going to tournaments and all these things.
A regulated immigration consultant with the College of Immigration and Consultants in Canada, Mary Keita Matthew, has indicated that all applications for funds would be assessed through the standard visitor requirement.
For those planning to support the Black Stars in Canada, the appropriate option and the only option is actually a TRV. It's a commonly known as a visitor visa. So it's a temporary resident visa, but people say there's a visitor visa. So that's the only option for the funds, yes, to apply. So all the application will be assessed under the standard visitor visa requirements, regardless of the event. So it's actually very important to understand that simply having a match ticket or accommodation booking does not guarantee approval.
Officials say traveling to support the Black Stars comes with responsibilities, particularly when it comes to visa applications. Mary Keita Matthew has expressed that her outfit has held discussions with the sports minister and is ready to offer advice to help government get funds to the World Cup.
We approached the Honorable Minister of Sport and Recreation last year, Honorable Adams, and the minister is aware of the nature of the professional immigration services we provide. So we actually remain ready and available to collaborate with government officials, sport authorities in providing proper guidance, public education, and structured visa advisory support.
All right, so that's Bernarda Baker with that report. Now, away from that, officials of German Bundesliga giants Borussia Dortmund arrived in Ghana last night ahead of the official launch of the BVB International Academy in Ghana, marking a major milestone in youth football development in the country. The delegation touched down last night alongside former Borussia Dortmund player and Black Stars legend Ibrahim Tanko, whose influence and connection to the club played a key role in bringing the academy to Ghana. Teddy Haji is the director of the BVB International Academy Ghana. He was at the airport to welcome the delegation and share his thoughts on the arrival.
No, we're very much excited, first of all, to be the first official BVB International Academy Ghana in Africa. It's a very momentous occasion for us, and we're happy to have Florian, who's the head of football academy of Borussia Dortmund, and then Michael as well, who is the head of coaching. It's a fantastic opportunity for us. We have they're here with us for the next 4 days. We're excited to host them, and there's a whole list of events happening between today and Sunday as well. Tomorrow we'll take our BVB delegates around to meet a few of our key stakeholders during the day.
All right, so that's Teddy Haji, the director of the BVB International Academy Ghana, speaking right there. The launch event is scheduled to take place on Saturday, February 7, 2026, at the Kwai Terrace, with Ghana becoming the first African country to host an official BVB International Academy. We'll bring you more updates in our subsequent bulletins. And that's the very latest in the world of sport. For more, you can head to citysportsonline.com and on X at City Sports JJ. Kickoff is proudly brought to you by Western Union, Polyton Ghana, Shell V Power, and Lachelle. Let's improve life. I'm Gabi Ofe. Enjoy the rest of your day. Do take care and bye-bye.
If you need unique services, innovative financial solutions, we deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, come to Let's share go. No matter your situation, come to Let's share go. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey mama. Let's share go, we improve your life.
Whether you're buying
watcher from your favorite spot in Osu, shopping online for the latest styles, or booking your next getaway to Dubai, MasterCard gives you the freedom to pay your way. Insert, tap, swipe, click. So many options, yet so easy. With layers of security protecting every payment, your money stays safe. From Trotro to travel, MasterCard connects you to the life you've earned and the one you dream of. Ask your bank for a MasterCard today. MasterCard. Safe, convenient, priceless.
Auntie T, abeg, fix me gobetete Ghana. No gari, no oil, no plantain, just beans then eggs.
Hey, brah, that be dangerous combination, no.
Problem no day. I fit handle am.
For Telecel, we the Bob say everybody gets what they like. That be why Made For Me bundles day. Based on your usage, you fit get your own data and call packages. Fala! Made For Me bundles like the way you the want them. That *530#, then buy Made For Me bundles today.
Telecel. Connecting energies.
We are gearing up for the trip of a lifetime. Heritage Caravan 2026. From 1st to 8th March 2026, 8 days, 14 regions, 1 legendary caravan. We're touring Ghana in the most spectacular way on the Heritage Caravan, exploring the beauty, history, and stories that make our nation unique. Rolling out from Greater Accra through Eastern and OT, up north to the Northern and Upper East, and all the way to the Western region, hitting iconic destinations across Ghana. The Heritage Caravan 2026 will be fun, educative, refreshing, and most of all, remarkable. Stay connected. Follow Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM across all social media platforms for updates and join the conversation using the hashtag Heritage Caravan 2026. The Heritage Caravan 2026 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from Citi FM, and it's proudly sponsored by Hollard Insurance, Piva Beverages, Omni Basic Bank, Caveman Watches, Gino, and Didi Shito, and it's supported by Nanes Rice. Heritage Caravan 2026, experience Ghana like never before.
Let me give you a shoulder to lie on. Would we say to bank if it no lie? Only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve tank. Cause every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking ain't in me here on the date. I'm a busy person, me no many time to wait. Now I got to Spain, even when I'm in the States. My me blue shirt. But tell me office is chilling, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first.
Nobody feed do I'm like us. Do I'm like us. First Bank we treat you first. Treat you first. Somebody see crap, yeah. Think about you first. Think about you first.
You first. First Bank.
Do you want to study or explore career opportunities abroad? Take your first step with IELTS from the British Council, the world's most trusted English language test for visa applications, universities, and other institutions. Book your test and get free access to IELTS Ready Premium, our top-rated preparation platform, including practice tests, video tutorials, study plans, and more, worth 1,750 cedis. Visit our website today to achieve your study and career goals with the British Council.
When the world gathers for greatness, one name leads the way: Litina Travels. Litina Travels is taking Team Ghana to the biggest global football event on the planet, happening in America, Canada, and Mexico. Join the Litina 2-in-1 experience, uniting world-class football and global business in one unforgettable journey. Your Litina Travels package includes visa to watch all 3 group stage matches, 3 official match tickets, return charter flight, top-class hotel accommodation, travel insurance, and exclusive access to business networking events across all 3 host nations. competitions. This is not just a trip, it's history in motion. It's football, it's opportunity, it's Litina Travels. The world is watching, the stakes have never been higher. And Litina Travels is your ticket to the global stage. Call 0244-260-789 today or visit Litina at Alisa Hotel Northridge and secure your spot on this once-in-a-lifetime journey. Litina Travels, your gateway to the 2026 Global Football Competition, happening in the USA, Canada, and Mexico, where football meets opportunity and Ghana shines on the world stage.
My friends, I'm a very happy man. Let me share my testimony. I needed a home at a prime location, but I didn't have enough money. The little I had was too small to buy even a studio apartment, but a friend of mine introduced me to invest to own from Priority View Homes. I invested the little money I had for only 2 years. True to their word, at the maturity date, I qualified for a 2-bedroom luxury apartment at a prime location in Accra. Now look at me, living in my own home without the usual hassle. If you want a stress-free home to live in, I would advise you to sign up to their invest-to-own policy and say cheers to a new home. You may call Priority View Homes Limited on 055-588-2294, 055-588-2294, and you will never regret you did. Priority View Homes. There's no place like home.
Are you planning to relocate from your company, office, or house, whether across cities to another town or halfway around the country? You want a moving company you can depend on to get you there? Let me introduce you to Logistics Movers. We are here to help you every step of the way, from planning the move to unpacking the last box and settling into your office or home. We have the expertise, experience, and market understanding and offer fast, reliable, and professional transportation services in Ghana. Our main thrust is to successfully move your business, household items safely, on time, and hassle-free. You can call us on 0246-833-539 or 0244-342-465. You can also send us an email to info@logisticsmovers.com or check our website www.logisticsmovers.com. Why expose your company or household items to theft or damages when you are relocating if it's avoidable? Logistics Movers, we help you relocate.
This is not just talk. This is scrutiny. Policies dissected, promises questioned, solutions demanded. Urban challenges, national priorities, real questions that move Ghana forward. Trusted by the public, respected by decision makers. The City Breakfast Show, Ghana's biggest morning show, because development starts with truth. The City Breakfast Show on 97.3 City FM.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Travels.
Charles Kojofosu Daddy Lumba. What's the title of this song? ABC Yedro. Oh man. And so some loved ones are celebrating their very special birthdays today, wedding anniversaries, and you want to let the world know that Enyedro Eyo Donkwa. 0539986996 or 0549986996 0549986996. You want to share your love to your loved ones. You want to share blessings to the people who make your life glow, those who've made a difference in your life. Let's celebrate them right now. 97.3 City Breakfast Show. Lots of conversations we will have this morning, bordering on champions who are making changes in our communities, and some of course, challenges that we still need to put our shoulders to and push for change. So I get to the birthdays very shortly. I'm learning today is one of my favorite niece's birthday. I'm becoming an irresponsible uncle with that. I'll pay my bills. While I do that, more bills to be paid. The hottest slogan in town. Say it after me. Pa to pa. Pa to pa. Pa to pa. Pa to pa. GCB's pa to pa. It may be just vibes. It's your chance to win megagantuan prizes. We're talking about the ultimate all-expense paid trip to the Global Football Fiesta next year, plus monthly TVs, fridges, cookers, and many goodies. The prizes know they finish. Join the winning team, deposit and maintain 300 cedis or more in your GCB savings or current account. That's all. Small savings. The more points you earn, pa to pa, and boom, say kutu, say bum. You think win the big one. So get in the game, and your next stop fee be Yankee or Canada or Mexico. December 2025 to April 2026. Save, win, go to with the Patupa promo with GCB Bank Global Football. Here we come. T's and C's apply. GCB is your bank for life. Now, if you want to boost your career, do that with Sima. Whether you're fresh out of university or climbing the corporate ladder, Sima gives you real-world skills, global recognition, and powerful network of over 689,000 professionals in 190 countries. So you will earn while you learn, unlock leadership and digital finance skills, and become a chartered global management accountant. No boring lectures. Enjoy flexible self-paced online learning and study anytime, anywhere. AICPA-sima.com is where to visit online. 026-301-1992. Call us now. Sima 1, Sima qualification, countless career opportunities. Please help me wish my dad, George Hagan, a happy birthday. Happy birthday to the realest OG. Thank you for your guidance, support, and the countless ways you make your family stronger. May this new year bring you good health, peace, and many more blessings. From your four musketeers, Quanson, Misa, Ato, and Echo, and your lovely wife, Doris, aka Ya Santua. Ago Ghana. If you're tired of a crowd's hassle and traffic, take a quick escape to the cool and peaceful mountains of Ebri at Beposo Wellness Resort. Whether it's for business, a weekend break, or pure relaxation, Beposo gives you calm, comfort, and fresh mountain air. The perfect place to rest and reset, and it's only a 30 minutes drive from Accra. So visit once and you will never want to leave. Asumudre Kesiapa 0200 557 699 BeposoResort.com. Book today. Beposo Wellness Resort. Peace lives here. If you've got a big dream but not sure where to start, Heritage Christian University helps you to grow it while pursuing your degree. Our Scholar Practitioner faculty will guide you to solve real-world challenges. Whether your passion lies in business, computing, health, psychology, media, or theology, ACU provides the path. Experience a university education that challenges you to dream, pursue, and achieve. We're a chartered university and accredited by GTEC, so call us now 054 777 77731. Heritage Christian University, educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders. Enjoy fast and easier transfers across Africa when you use PAPS with Zenith Bank. Move your money the easy way. Just dial star 966 hash. Use Zenith Bank's internet banking platform. Walk into any Zenith Bank branch near you or for your cross-border transfers. It's fast, cheaper, and reliable. For more details, call Zenith direct on 0302 680 884 or 0542 000 111. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. Happy birthday to my husband, Mr. Joseph Yao Sam. May God bless you. It also doubles as a marriage anniversary. May we be blessed. Mrs. You didn't add your name, but to Mr. Joseph Yao Sam, it's your birthday and your wedding anniversary as well. May God bless you and your marriage. Good morning, Caleb and Citi CBS team. Today is the birthday of Mrs. Monica Aduboy Opong, Regional Manager, Absa Bank, Ghana. Monica is such an amazing, strong, inspirational, and transformational leader. She's a big woman. Congratulations, Monica, from the special one. Please help me wish a friend and a brother, Mark Kujo of Ghana Ports and Harbors Authority Safety Department, a happy birthday. May the good Lord bless you till. And this is from FM in team. To you, Mark Kujo of GPHA. It's the birthday of Enna Arthur. Enna Arthur. Happy birthday to you from your dad, your mom, and myself, and your siblings. Enjoy today. Of course, it's the birthday of the board chairman of the Akapam household, Edith Akapam, Dr. Edith Akapam. We celebrate you from your husband Clement Kojo Akapam and the rest of the household members. We celebrate you very specially. It's also the birthday of Ni Apatu Planch. Council, happy birthday to you. Yes, we celebrate you. Have a blessed The birthday dedications are brought to you by MasterCard. Don't just send dedication, swipe. Use your MasterCard.
Enterprise, Coco Memory, but I'm not TV.
No, first time enterprise or first life enterprise. Coco Memory. It's very important. Oh man, I love the sound from Abrante Amachi Dede. Coco Memory. Oh, I missed it.
I'm not TV.
Far Side Enterprise. Coco Memory.
That's a shout out.
And sometimes there was a way they always had shout outs, dedications in their songs, narrating how they even met someone, how the person helped them go abroad. Was there a way to say thank you, or was part of the contract? Said,
you know, Far Side Enterprise in Kokomlemle was actually at the when you are coming from the overhead bridge.
Okay.
Before you do that final turning that leads to Joy FM.
Correct.
That area used to be the hub for Mercedes-Benz spare parts shops.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's where Farside Enterprise, and most of them were cool people.
Okay.
You know, Mr. Usu and all those people who used to sell there.
Okay.
And I think Amachi had his
some relationship with him.
So he was just giving him the fans.
Farside Enterprise.
Yeah, I think your problem is the Oh man!
I'm not too much in the Charlie.
But Charlie, today is 6th of February.
Yes, it is.
It's the birthday of our company lawyer.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
One of our very own Ni Apatu plant.
Thank you.
Lawyer Ni Apatu plant.
The finest.
Yes.
Solid,
the man who goes to court on your behalf all the time. When you people go and do the
Council, we are grateful.
Yeah, so
it's a big
from
man.
all of us here, Bernard, everybody,
Yeah.
Caleb, every one of us,
man.
we say a big shout out to you. Enjoy your day, Charlie.
Yes.
Come and pass through small.
Very important. It turns out to be Selom Adonu's birthday as well. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, Selom Adonu Council is also celebrating his birthday today. So today is double birthdays.
Double.
Yeah. I mean, if you know Selom is the one who will just even Charlie's okay. So
Okay.
Charlie.
Oh, please help me wish Mrs. Joyce Princeton, aka Sister Winner, aka Freedom Fighter of the Ghana Shippers Authority, a glorious 60th birthday. She has served the authority for 34 years and she is the head of HR for the Western Zone. She has been a mother, friend, and more than a colleague. She sacrifices for the greater good of colleagues, especially the vulnerable. From all of us at the Western Zonal Office, we wish her well. Alrighty. Alright, so in today's connected world, technology is not a convenience, it's critical. When devices fail, productivity, business, and communication are affected. Tech Therapy Limited is a professional technology services company in Ghana, providing reliable repair and support for smartphones, tablets, laptops, and smart wearable devices. We serve individual professionals, businesses, and institutions that value quality, accountability, and dependable service. We handle every device with care through proper diagnostics, skilled technicians, and structured processes. Whether it's your personal device or a fleet of devices supporting your operations, Tech Therapy Limited delivers support that keeps you moving. Please call us 0505-789-096. Send us an email acc.service@techtherapy.africa. We are at the 24 Garden Road, East Legon. Pass by Tech Therapy Limited, your digital wellness partner. And if you're ready to upgrade your Valentine plans, the season of love is here again. The Palms by Eagles, the elegant rebirth of Holiday Inn Airport City, invites you to celebrate in grand style with exciting, affordable packages designed for every love story. Choose your perfect date experience, a full weekend stay with Sunday brunch, a romantic one-night escape, an intimate candlelight dinner, or vibrant Sunday brunch filled with great food, vibes, and memories. Rates event only 1,500, discounted 1,200. Accommodation only 3,300, discounted 3,100. Full package 4,500, discounted 4,200. Discounted rates run from now until Wednesday, 11th February 2026. Enjoy soothing ambience, live entertainment, and much hospitality. Tranquility and memories that last a lifetime. Begin your love story at Palms by Eagles this season. Reservation 055-522-555. Oh, so many people are wishing, celebrating their birthday today. Irene Aholu, because it's a popular day for birthdays. Irene Aholu, happy birthday to you. This is coming from Seth and Felix Sovo. So I'm not the only one who is loving this one. You know, sometimes you're happy about a lot of things. So many things are happening. People are doing things that are great, and you celebrate them. And you look at the positives, and you're like, look, we are doing well, we are coming far. And at the same time, too, you can't help but wonder, look, the way things are going, we've been talking about how we organize our space for the living, how we live and create and recreate and all of that. Sometimes we are not doing so well. So much so that even the dead are being impacted by the activities of the living. I listened to this story where, I don't know. So the Kole Municipal Assembly, has shut down the Osu Cemetery. Because as it stands, we have mismanaged the cemetery for so long. People are invading the cemeteries. They are digging up graves. They are taking out what is in there, you know. People are not resting in peace because some miscreants are getting there. I think the place is full, and so what people do is that if your grave has been there for a long time, they just come there, they open a thing, throw whatever is in there out, and then, you know, do that kind of thing. And we've mismanaged that space so badly. But the interesting thing is that not far from, just next to the Osu Cemetery, which has been so badly, managed, is the military cemetery. It's full. And so we found a new place, and we are doing things in a very, very orderly manner. You know, we have a report that one of our colleagues filed. So let me bring you that, and then we can look into this idea of people, actually encroaching even cemeteries and selling the lands in cemeteries, and people are now building. Charlie, it's a problem. Let me bring you this report, and then we will delve into it.
Our statement is on the irregular burial practices at the Osu Cemetery. The Korle Municipal Assembly has taken notice of the disturbing reports and verified complaints regarding illegal and unethical activities at Osu Cemetery, including the unlawful exhumation of graves, the secretion of human remains, and the unauthorized sale of burial space to grieving and unsuspecting families. The Assembly condemns these acts in the strongest terms. Such conduct is not only criminal but deeply offensive to our cultural values, moral conscience, and respect for the dead. The pain caused to affected family is unacceptable, and the Assembly empathizes with all persons who have suffered emotional tremor as a result of these activities and actions. In response, and in the interest of protecting public trust and restoring order, the Korle Municipal Assembly wishes to announce to the general public, traditional authorities, religious bodies, funeral service providers, and all stakeholders the following immediate measures. 1. Suspension of burials. All burials at the Osu Cemetery are hereby put on hold. Will be put on hold in the next 2 months. This suspension applies to the general public. However, burial for indigents will be permitted under strictly controlled procedure. The measure is necessary to allow for comprehensive assessment, audit, and restructuring of the management of the cemetery. Comprehensive audit of the burial permits. The Assembly will conduct a full audit of all burial permits issued, including verification of plots, documentation, and authorization procedures. This process will help identify irregularities, establish accountability, and prevent future abuses. Security issues and monitoring measures. The Assembly will deploy additional personnel and strengthen the on-site supervision to enhance monitoring and security arrangements at the Osu Cemetery. These measures are intended to prevent further illegal access, grave desecration, and unauthorized activities within the cemetery premises. As a municipal chief executive, I hereby direct the Environmental Health and Sanitation Unit to intensify its responsibilities by sensitizing the management of Osu Cemetery, safeguarding the dignity of those laid to rest there. The Assembly also encourages families with loved ones buried at Osu Cemetery to visit the sites and, where necessary, report any concern through the appropriate municipal channels. The Korle Municipal Assembly remains committed to upholding dignity, transparency, and respect for cultural and human values in the administration of public spaces. Further updates will be provided as investigation and audit process are conducted. For further information or clarification, the public may contact the Environmental Health and Sanitation Unit of the Korle Municipal Assembly.
So MC for Korle Alfred Alote Gezi, he has forthwith announced that the Osu Cemetery has been closed. I do not know whether families, because tomorrow is a Saturday, and usually Saturdays are when funerals are done and burial, subsequent burial and interment. So this announcement coming in to solve a problem, obviously. But I do not know whether engagements were done with bereaved families who probably were scheduled or billed to as in bury their dead there. I do not know whether that has gone on before this announcement is coming, or they're all hearing this news on air for the first time, But we do know that there are bylaws that govern burial and all of that. Burial permits are regulated under the Regulation of Births and Deaths Act, 1965 Act 301, and it's been amended and specifically enforced by district assemblies under the Local Governance Act 2016 Act 936. So it is completely illegal to bury a dead body without a permit, which is issued by the registration of the death, and we understand this is happening at the district level, and it's mandatory to get a permit. If you don't have a permit, you're unable to bury a loved one. No owner or manager of an authorized burial ground shall permit a burial unless a burial permit has been delivered to them. So the question then is, who has been issuing these permits for people to go then to bury? If the place is full, how are they not aware that the place is full, to the extent that bodies are exhumed out of graves and places are desecrated and people are just doing illegal things? If you are going to get license, Guru Boys. You go to the cemetery to Guru Boys. Some other areas, the cemetery land itself is sold to real estate and realtors, and they are building on cemeteries. People are not resting in peace again.
I think this thing, I heard this news yesterday, is that correct? And I was asking myself, which one is the news?
It's been happening
for some time now. It's been happening for some time now. Cemeteries don't pop up in our daily lives. So it's the last thing you get to hear. You only get to hear when somebody close to you, passes on, and you are deeply involved. That's where because normally you just appear at the funeral
and then you go back.
But this thing has been happening for a while, I'm telling you. And so I can understand why the assembly is taking it upon themselves to. But, it goes beyond the assembly. Or it goes beyond the Koliklote assembly.
Correct.
Because it's not unique to only Osu Cemetery. Awudome Cemetery has had its fair share of this. And other cemeteries, mostly situated in urban areas. And so I think that it calls for the attention of central government to, if you like, refine the regulations around this, okay? How we dispose of our dead, I mean, I come partly, I hail partly from Accra.
Right.
So I am familiar to some extent with the traditional understanding of burials. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's only the colonial masters who created what we now see as Osu Cemetery, which is for everybody, whether you hail from Accra or not. Okay. But the
customarily, how is it done?
Ga people, when you die, they don't process it as somebody who has left.
Okay.
They process it as somebody who's in transition.
Okay.
And so they treat you with respect and a certain regard.
Yeah.
So prior to the institution of this whole legislation about how we dispose of the dead, the Ga traditions will have dead bodies buried in their homes. Either in their homes, or certain clans had specific areas that were assigned for that. And then certain communities also had specific areas.
In
churches.
In churches, I mean, so they were not used to distant burying people, far off from where they live.
Right.
Indeed, when you walk through Gamashi, you walk through Teshi, Nungwa, all these places, most of the traditional compound houses are sitting on burial grounds.
So they bury them at home.
Yes.
And they have the tombstone, the grave, something like that.
They bury them because they believe that
they are parts.
And the ritual that is performed is to engage, if you like, the spirit of the departed to be a guard over the family.
For the family, okay.
So that's how the guard relationship with the dead is. Okay. Now it's been dislodged violently by the establishment of a commercial burial site. Listen to the man again. That's why he said that we are not going to allow any more burials except for indigents.
Indigents, that's true. He mentioned that.
You understand? But let's also get behind the story and see who has been managing this facility kind of activity for the last 5-10 years. And that's where the revelations will start coming up. Whether it's the local authority or there's assembly, whether it's a private company, whoever is behind. Okay, and it's not just Osu Cemetery. I'm telling you that Awudome Cemetery has seen a lot of this thing. They go remove everything there, dress it up, and sell it.
Oh, Charlie. Charlie.
So it's been happening.
That's serious.
So I think that Kole Clote has blown the whistle, but the local government ministry should show proper interest
and pay attention. You know, it's interesting. Somebody talked about the communal barrier and the customary approach to parting ways with the death. You know, if you actually drive through the Keta community, it's almost like every household, in between every household, you will see a cemetery, you will see a grave. Let me put it. You will see a grave there, or you will drive and then you will see a bigger landmass, and then you will see a collection. The community one. I don't know. Is that Swedro? Is that something you will see?
Well, for me, let me start this way. I paid attention to it, and for me, this is really, first of all, sad and troubling. For me, growing up in Swedro, I mean, you dare not go past to a cemetery, right? At all. The reason why I'm making this premise is that
when you're even walking past, they say don't look inside.
Don't look inside.
Don't look there.
So for people to have the courage to go in there, exhume bodies, and sell it to other people, that is first of all a problem. Then again, this also tells us how we've not been able to adequately plan into the future. Papa made a point. I mean, he made a point about the fact that the place was established by the colonial masters and all. You know, when that was 19th century. And so since that time, we've been burying people there. Now the question is, what plans did we make for now that this problem has come up? Because definitely there are spaces and they will get full. So what do? Whereas you have laws to regulate who goes there to bury people, you also have to plan ahead to say that, okay, look, in the next 10 or 20, 30 years,
this will be
that's what will
service.
happen. That's my second point. Then third point, if this is what is happening at the Osu Cemetery, that should tell you what will be happening in other rural areas when it comes to our cemeteries. This is Osu Cemetery. It's been guarded. I mean, sometimes you go there as security persons, and also if this is happening, it should tell you the picture of the situation in rural areas. So for me, it's a good point that the place, I mean, they've halted burial services at the place for the next 2 months. And he made a point that they are going to investigate some of these things. Also gave a caution that families who think that some of these things have happened to their relatives who have been buried, they should go there, investigate, and then they will assist in working around it.
We've become so commercial that even for sacred spaces, we desecrate them. I was having this conversation with some persons, and they were talking about the fact that if you take the Sakumo, for example, I mean, at the time when it was seen as a fetish, it was, people worshipped it and all of that because that was their object of worship and all. There was some reverence and respect for that space. Now we are so commercial. Look, we just go there, go with earth moving machines. We are feeling things. And I don't know, but that's cultural part of us that had reverence for the environment, two, the dead. I think that's with the growth of time and urbanization and everything, we seem to be losing a lot.
But we need to be organized. If we lose the cultural essence or traditional essence, how about the health and sanitation?
the health risk.
Yeah, but you don't just do anything. Look, in times past, fishermen, when especially the opinion leaders within the fishing community, when they die, they bury them close to the sea, not in the sea, but close to the sea. You understand? So the shoreline is full of grapes. You understand? So I'm just saying that yes, we think that the civilization will need to be better organized, but does it look like we are organized? No. But it calls for stringent measures from the local government ministry through the district assemblies. Because like Samuel was saying, this is Accra. And we all see Accra every day. How about the other communities that are not on the radar? How are they organizing these things? So if there's one that I see when I'm going to this Ashoman area from Hacho,
from
on the left.
Like that, yes.
You understand? I've always wondered how...
Is it what has the kiosk in front of it? Like
yes.
that?
Because, so, let me say that I first saw that cemetery about 30 years ago.
Okay.
30 years?
Yes, about 30 years ago. And it was like the end of that road.
Okay. So when you get to so there was at the outskirts of the...
It was actually outskirts of that Hacho community. Okay. Now we have encircled the thing with buildings, developed.
Momo vendors are in the cemetery.
Yes, and people are, at times, the last time I was driving past the place, somebody was actually sitting on a grave and reading graphic. We're crossing the night.
No. We are right here.
The audacity.
And I'm told half of the land has been actually encroached and people have built on it.
That place.
Yeah.
So if you have bought a land around the place I'm talking about and you have built, one of these days in the middle of the night, you will hear somebody say, "Oh, no, please. Oh, no, please wake up."
Because you built on someone's grave. It's true. In fact, opposite the
you enter the toilet and somebody say, "Oh, son, no, please."
Oh man.
Oh, you never
That's Caesar, right? It's Caesar.
It's just not right.
You know, opposite the Lanquanta non-municipal assembly also, there's some garage, car yard there. There's some cemetery. The area is actually called in Samampum. So if you go and rent space there, you say, why you go to pick Uber? I say,
that was a key cemetery for the people of La. It was a key, very protected cemetery for the people of La. You know, so if we don't manage it well, then you know, and people just go cut, like Fred is just saying, somebody has gone to cut portions and sold to, and mostly, you know, the people who buy, they are the foreigners. So I mean, the foreigners from other West African countries.
Right.
They come because they have money that nobody knows the source. So they come, they buy, they own all the buildings. Even this Osu cemetery, I hear they have entered.
Oh, they want to sell the land.
I hear they have entered land.
And you're going to build in the cemetery?
It's next to the Parliament House.
Imagine that. Where we make our laws, there's so much lawlessness next door. Oh, this is a shame. Abioko, good to see you.
Good to see you, Caleb.
Charlie, today we are talking about the dead too, and how we care for them. You know, and
or how we don't care for them.
Or how we've abandoned them.
They can't even rest in peace. This point, I'll make it.
Desecrated the dead. It's not nice. Honestly, it's not.
No, but this thing about how we manage the cemeteries, and you see, Saman started from the point of where the cemetery philosophy came from. The colonial construct that it is. And you see, the problem with colonial constructs and colonial introductions is that they never had a chance to be assimilated into our culture.
To understand fully.
Exactly. When you travel abroad, where these things came from, where the idea of a cemetery came from, you go there every weekend to go and visit your dead and put flowers on the grave.
Exactly.
You can go there and chat with what you believe is the spirit of your loved one who has departed. Is that our culture? That's not what it was. And so we don't even fundamentally understand what a cemetery is supposed to look like. For us, like Samen said, it was the transition, and that's for most cultures across the country. The transition, the spiritual transition, then the celebration of life, all the way to the Bunyo party, if you come from where I come from, on the Sunday. Yes, and then the burial is the final send-off. We don't go to the cemetery again. 1 year later, we'll probably go and put a tombstone there. That's what became the thing. And then you have another sitting with food. Funeral jollof, the smoky kind.
The smoky kind. It has a specific flavor.
That one. Sang Medan.
Yes, it did.
Palm wine. And then you forget again. But if you realize the cemeteries that are a little more urbanized, the ones that have popped up in the cities.
You mean the elite?
The elitist cemeteries.
The elite cemeteries.
If you want to call them that. People go there. People go there to go and drop flowers,
and
go and drop
poems,
go and commune with their dead. You know, and so we really need to decide for ourselves what our cemetery should look like. Going forward,
what they should look like,
what they should mean, and then how we manage them. We haven't really, even though people collect money for different things, we haven't really positioned them as revenue generators. If we did, because we like money in this country, we'd think about it differently. Again, also, my father, when he was working and schooling abroad, he was a security guard at a cemetery. Yes, 24-hour security guard. So he has his shift and he goes. I'm telling you.
That's right.
So elsewhere, there's systems.
Abuja cemetery is not cemetery.
It's a palace.
It's a palace. See, the Ghana cemetery, even the man that I saw who had crossed his leg, somebody just sent me a message there, someone.
Someone can use my best.
So what do we want? What do we really want our cemeteries to look like? What do we want them to represent?
I think we have some examples.
Do we go back to what
we used
our
to
tradition was and in many cases is? Because there are still some families who also insist that we don't want this kind of disrespect for our dead. So if they can, they'll bury their dead in their
need a special permit to do that. Some people are
in order to do that, you would have
need
to
a
get
special
permit
yes.
to bury your dead at home.
Look, the thing is more widespread than we think. Awudome has tasted its fair share of this, unfortunately. Not before. It's still happening.
It's still happening.
My own uncle died several years ago. We've been looking for his tomb in Awudome. The thing has vanished.
You can't find it.
No.
The tomb is gone.
No, it's gone. It's gone.
But you put something on it. There was an epitaph with his picture and name. And
was it a marble tomb?
It was everything.
Maybe it's someone's patash.
No, what I'm saying is that look, this thing it never hits you until
you are involved.
You know. And every day somebody is dying. Every day somebody is preparing for a funeral. Every day some family is bereaved. And so it requires a certain attention from, in fact, I think that even the National House of Chiefs should raise their concern, put pressure on the local government ministry to try and institutionalize measures that will clean up the space. It's not just any company at all that you hand over your cemetery to. Okay?
That's true.
Look, if you go to the cemetery at East Legon, Gethsemane. Look, it's a cemetery that has contained more people than the size of the place. But it is very well organized. It's very well organized. That's what we are saying.
So it's not even about the landmass. No. It's the organization of the space and the usage of same.
That's the point. You know, in some countries they do where what's the name of it? In disposing of they burn cremation,
yes.
And then so we need to come up with ways of disposing of the dead, but in consistent with our culture and our traditions. Okay, I mean, for me, I don't even I for the life of me, I don't understand why you come from say Mansour Dubia somewhere.
You die
you want to be buried in Accra. What is that? Just let's go back to your hometown so that they will treat you with the respect.
Culture and
that's what I'm saying.
That is
because if you take a visit to the Osu cemetery we are talking about, and the Audome and those places, how they treat the bodies, you'll be forced to do another funeral.
That's not fair. And it speaks to how we even grieve, right? And treat our dead. Because honestly, there's a part of closure you get when you visit the cemetery. Because a lot of the time when people pass, Charlie, it's even hard to believe. You're in a state of disbelief all the way till that very end that you get to part ways with them. You see all that. After a year, you go, another time. And that even frequent visits remind you that they're part of your story.
No, I mean, Caleb, you've been to Rwanda. Of course, this is a different situation. But you go to the genocide memorial.
Yeah.
And because of the way the genocide happened, and the fact that most of the people who were left behind were very young when it happened.
Yeah.
Many
it's
of these
their only
people don't
connection.
have the only connection to their parents and their grandparents, their siblings, their uncles, their aunties, cousins.
You're right.
So people close from work and they're able to go to the mass cemetery there and go and sit down, read a Bible scripture, to their departed, so that
the healing of the psyche of the nation.
They can grieve properly. Grief is not a one-day thing.
Going to bury the person and that's it.
It's not.
So these things are very important. So even now, the big conversation is mental health, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people are dealing with grief just sitting in their heads and on their chests because of this kind of thing. Look, I remember we went to bury one of my aunties at this same Osu cemetery. Now, we got there. She was married to a man from Osu and so lived in Osu her whole life. We got there, and then there's another auntie who had been buried there some years prior.
Right.
Walking by her grave.
Yeah.
Like what Simon's described, heartbreaking. So now we were not just crying for the casket that was being lowered.
You were grieving the desecration of the grave of the other auntie.
And people have to go through that thing over and over and over and over and over again.
Let's not do that.
It's disrespectful.
Let's not
and
do that.
I'm saying that it goes against everything that we actually say we believe in as Ghanaians. We respect our ancestors, we respect the spirit. It goes against everything that traditionally, culturally, historically, heritage-wise, we say we believe in as Ghanaians. So why are we doing this to ourselves?
That's hard to process. Why are we doing this to ourselves? There are some messages that have come through. People are sharing some experiences and their knowledge, and I'll let Akom help us with that very shortly. We're discussing the situation at the Osu Cemetery and even the Awudome Cemetery and a number of cemeteries where unscrupulous persons, miscreants, are invading cemeteries, exhuming dead bodies, and then selling graves to other families. So you go to the cemetery, your loved one was buried at this spot. You get there and listen, there's something completely different, or even if it's there, people have desecrated. And where did we get this idea from that cemeteries are supposed to be a nice place for open defecation also?
But in Ghana, everywhere
refuse disposal. I don't get it.
But in Ghana, everywhere is fair game for open defecation. Everywhere.
Is it not true?
Everywhere is fair game.
Cemetery, people are doing open defecation. They are burning refuse. 0549 986 996 0549 986 996. I'm happy to hear from you. If you live in a community and you've been able to find a way around your cemeteries in a better organized way, in a more dignifying manner than we are seeing, particularly in Accra, we are glad to hear from you. But someone says she's had to spill her tea because her men's, no, there's somebody. What will he say to you when you're in the washroom? What will the ghost say?
No, it's a very respectful samurai. They say, "Oh, son, no place." No, he adds please to it.
No, that is what maybe No, there's some messages I bring to you. Ako, please help us with
Right,
these.
let's bring you some messages now. And this person, no name, in the past, Voltarians buried in their homes or near their homes. With the coming of bylaws, we now bury in cemeteries, but you will still see the old graves in the communities.
Yeah.
Remember, in the Volta region, the churches own the various cemeteries, so you are buried in their homes cemetery belonging to your church.
Okay.
And usually must be buried in the morning or as late as 12.
Yeah.
If you are non-Christian, there exist public cemeteries, and the tradition is to bury such people after 12.
That's true.
Thank you for that information. Another person says, we are so lawless, we can't even manage cemeteries.
Oh.
This country, why do we always wait for things to get bad before we act?
Oh.
All the institutions don't work. They should move out and stop staying in their offices.
Very important, and it reminds me of the.
And he has a thank you. He or she has a thank you.
A very respectful text. Okay, there are more messages.
Yes,
here.
there's another message. This one said, Samens, the Agbogba cemetery is what you are talking about.
Yes.
A few years ago, when I moved there, it was still kept as one. Then a sand and stone seller moved in. A organizer, Momo Kiosk, and others.
There's even Kenke, but that Kenke is nice.
Very soon they'll add watch it.
That Kenke is nice.
Now you can hardly see the tombstones from the street.
Oh, Charlie. Yes.
That's coming from Ni.
They've sort of covered that whole enclave. So when you're moving,
there are
trees that provide some shade.
You see, again, I don't know about the other tribes, but the Ghana traditional setting. Before, most burials were done at night. Most burials were done at night, especially those that belong to the royal families and the spiritually connected or the elites in the community. So night burials were a thing. Now we've turned the thing to Bono party, and we do party
in the night. We're keeping.
You understand? So
lost the essence. Man, it's unfortunate.
There's another message here. This one says, "Good morning, City team.
Yeah.
This topic is making me teary whilst driving. My dad died in 2009. In 2019, we went to the Osu cemetery and there was no tomb. My brothers and aunties struggled to tell me because I was daddy's girl. P.S. I actually took my car key to show my late dad when I bought my first car in 2017. And so this corroborates the point of Apioko, where people have to go there to grieve properly.
I mean, there's somebody who showed her key in 2017, not 1997, no, 2017. Meaning that the dad may have passed not to
2019. 2009.
Yeah, so the dad died in 2009.
But the good thing is there are some persons in our communities who are doing a great stuff.
Amazing.
Who are doing amazing things. And you see, one thing I love this network for is that we focus on the things that could be a lot better, and we raise attention, we highlight them for duty bearers to do what they have to do, and for citizens to do their part. If you are one of those who is exhuming bodies, stop it. The laws will catch up with you. You have a responsibility not to do that. The state, you are putting all that pressure necessary. But we also look at the bright side of life and reflect on some people who make our lives brighter than it otherwise would have been. And there's some plan for them, is it not, Apioko?
There is. So let me just take you back on a little journey.
Sure.
Sometime late last year, late December, just before Christmas or so, we came on this very show, the City Breakfast Show, and announced that there's something that we were moving into, something we were adoring, called the Channel One Community Legends.
The Channel One
Community Legends. And I mean, Caleb, you put it right there. Well, some people are stealing from graves. Some people
are using their time
and telling you,
making our lives more fulfilling.
There are some people who, they are not government or government agency officials. They don't necessarily have a lot of money. They may even be struggling, quote unquote, to pull resources together for their own families, for themselves. But they cannot turn a blind eye to the injustices or the things that are going wrong in their communities. We want to reward those people. But instead of going around ourselves to look for them, we asked our listeners of Citi FM, our viewers of Channel 1 TV, to send us nominations for such people. And Caleb, people are doing things. So
amazing stuff.
I'm telling you.
Tell me about
I'm telling you, some of them as young as 13 years old
13 years
are being nominated.
Wow. Oh.
And so this is where we are. We very shortly, very soon, we'll be announcing our top 10 legends, because there's a whole jury committee sitting, going through these hundreds of entries that have come through.
How many entries did we receive, first of all?
Exact number, I can't, but it's in the hundreds.
In the hundreds?
It's in the hundreds.
And this is across the country,
Across
right?
the country. We had entries from all 16 regions of Ghana. And this is the interesting thing. Some people were nominated multiple times.
Wow.
So
by different people,
by different people, and in some cases from different regions, because their work has spread across because people are migrating. Someone, for example, is in healthcare, and what she does brings people from neighboring regions to her facility. And so they've been impacted by her work, even though they don't live directly in her community. And some people, as many as 13 entries for coming in for them. So it's been very interesting, and I would like to share a few of these stories with you.
Let's hear them.
Okay, so there's one. The nominee's name is Madam Evelyn Bridget Prempe, and she's the headmistress of Mpasetia DA Basic A.
Mpasetia DA.
Yeah.
Basic A.
Exactly.
I'm
telling you.
My school
deep.
Okay, let's hear it.
So this is what the person nominating her says. She provides vital support to vulnerable groups in our community, including children, widows, and underprivileged families. Her initiatives include educational scholarships, healthcare access, and livelihood programs, which have significantly improved lives and fostered a strong sense of community spirit. Reasons for nomination: impact on education. Her foundation scholarships have enabled many children to access quality education, breaking cycles of poverty. She also provides for needy learners with school uniforms and stationery, and has extended these efforts to the district level by organizing and honoring female teachers in rural areas each year with her own resources. She supports vulnerable groups. Widows and needy families receive essential support, improving their living conditions and sense of belonging. This has become a routine of hers and has greatly helped people in the community, especially the widows and widowers who have now become single parents and may have lost hope or given up their children, but for her timely intervention. Inspiring leadership. Her compassion and dedication inspire students, staff, and the broader community to engage in acts of kindness and service. Empowering the community. Her work strengthens community bonds and promotes a culture of giving back. I wholeheartedly endorse Madam Evelyn Bridget Prempe for this award, celebrating her impactful contributions to our community and her embodiment of the values that this award represents. So that's Madam Bridget.
That's a beautiful
Mpasetia.
Where's this coming from?
So this is from,
as in where she...
Mpasetia. Yeah, so this is Ashanti region. Okay, yes. Then we have another...
Prof says it's Mpasetia.
Mpasetia.
Yeah, Professor William Babu, I think.
Thank you, Prof.
Prof is listening. He says
Thank you, Prof.
Mpasetia. Oh, beautiful.
Thank you, Prof.
Nice one.
Okay, so let me take you up north.
Okay.
All right. Now, this one is actually coming, the person who is nominating this person is actually the DCE for Nanumba South District in the northern region. And the nominee's name is Hassan Sao Bukari.
Okay.
Now, this is her work. She's a teacher and community education advocate who has directly supported over 200 children through literacy interventions rooted in storytelling and indigenous folk songs, with a strong focus on the struggling and early grade readers. She has trained and engaged more than 100 low literate and non-literate parents, equipping them with practical storytelling and folk song techniques to support their children's learning at home, thereby bridging the gap between school and home education. Beyond literacy, she has financially supported at least 30 unemployed and vulnerable parents with small startup funds for petty trading, helping to stabilize household income and reduce school dropouts.
Beautiful.
Using her personal resources, she has sewn and provided school uniforms for over 50 needy children, supplied school bags and sandals to more than 80 pupils, painted, maintained, and resourced her own classroom annually, benefiting hundreds of learners over multiple academic years. And she has purchased and provided teaching and learning materials for pupils who would otherwise go without them.
I love this.
So this is the kind of thing we're talking about.
I love this.
This is the kind of thing we're talking about.
People who go beyond the call on and demands of duty.
And in some cases, it's not even, their duty is not even in the mix.
In that space at all.
They just realize that there's a situation. It's wrong. It's disrespectful. It's inhumane.
And they rise up
and
to
I'm
the
the one who
occasion.
is here. So I will step in. Civic responsibility.
Very important.
You know, and look, reading these entries, going through them, it's been very uplifting, because sometimes with all the things that we talk about, all the indiscipline that we encounter in our news cycles, we see on our streets, travel across the country, run into these things. Sometimes it's very easy to say Ghanaians are no longer whom we know we are. But then you hear stories like this,
and it's heartwarming.
Absolutely. And you see these people are doing these things quietly. They're not chasing awards. They are not.
There are no cameras following them. Because these days, if someone is giving you 10 CD with one hand, the other hand is filming, live streaming.
Right. You know, and some of them are using their face. Do you know how difficult it is to go cup in hand and beg the people around you?
For people who don't connect to you in any way.
Even for yourself. You'll struggle a bit.
It's a difficult thing. It's a difficult position to be in. I say that we are what we celebrate. And what you show to people, what people always look up to, is what a lot of people want to become. So back then you had a lot of people want to become teachers because there was a particular teacher who shaped their lives in a certain way. You know, their attention to detail, their sense of discipline, how they dress, how they talk. People admire or aspire to become teachers, nurses, and, you know, because of the examples of the people they have close to them. And so we are what we celebrate. Today, if you go online, people are showing flashy things, more about, you know, how to make it, but the real value of the community we are losing, because we are showing the younger generation different things, and we have undermined the value of hard and long work. Not just hard work, but working long over time and being consistent.
100%. And I'm particularly excited that there are a number of teachers or educators from across the country who have been nominated. Why? Because you've hinted at it, Caleb. A lot of the time, beyond your parents and your family members, and perhaps maybe your friends, people in your community, the people who shape you the most are your educators. At your formative, if you go through a formal education, your teachers are the ones you're exposed to for the longest. They probably, in many cases, know you better than your parents do.
And you still remember them and what they did.
And so if there are teachers who are doing things like this, it's really modeling the younger generation.
I love it.
Now, why is that important? The whole world, and Ghana, dear, every time we are lagging behind, but you are getting there. The whole world is now talking about what we call transformative education. What is that? Your education is not for you alone. Education is not supposed to be selfish. That when I finish school, I'll get a certificate and get a job and just live nicely. Beyond that, what can your education do for your community, your society, your country, and for humanity? And we may not have the curricular structures in place for this, because it involves a lot, experiential education, immersive, all of that. But if you're a teacher in a classroom somewhere, in a place that nobody visits, many people don't know exists, is doing something, they're shaping your value system and getting you to understand that when you do become of age, this is how you should live. It's very important. And so what we are doing with this Channel One Community Legends project is because of that.
And I'm sure we all have stories to tell of people who have shaped our lives beyond our immediate families that we want to celebrate.
That's very true. I mean, this is a very important program, and I will first of all commend our management for such a program. Aside all of these numerous benefits as well, you can also talk of how it brings to bear local issues. Some of the points she mentioned, you notice that some communities, these are some of the challenges you have. So if I were the local government in that area or the government, I'll probably pay attention to this particular program on our channel, so that you notice that, okay, so for this area,
these are felt
needs of the people that some people are voluntarily doing. So as a government, what can I do? I can, put the force of state behind them to expand it and even make it an entrenched change in the society. And so it's a very, very important program that I think it will be great.
Sometimes I was in a space the other time and someone said, but you people, are you a media house or what exactly? Because you are doing agri-friend, you are doing this in Ghana, you are doing heritage caravan.
Telling your story, empowering change.
Why is it important
to... I had a teacher in secondary school called Gok.
Gok.
G-O-K. Gok. Most people around my generation know Gok. And beyond, actually, was a physics master. A famous physics master. He was very smallish, very, very smallish and short, but he was very funny too. So one day we're actually doing mock exams. And we're writing physics, I think paper 2 or so. And if you set the questions, you are not the invigilator. But at times there are issues. So when you are writing,
you have to supervise.
The teacher will come around. Now Gok enters the classroom and there's an invigilator there. But this invigilator didn't know Gok.
Oh, because of
and Gok was he could really spew nonsense. so Gok entered and he was in shorts.
Oh, short man in shorts.
Yes.
Right.
And he was just walking around. And I could see the invigilator staring at him, with his eyes
Who is this?
and then he said, please, who are you? Gok now looks at the man from the top and says, I'm the class prefect. So when the man was asking who we are, I wanted to first.
Who are you? You are doing everything. Are you class prefect? Are you setting the exam? Are you vigilating? Oh, that was a good one.
That's a good
Honestly, man, guys, to be honest, from Volta region relief, flood relief, something to this is Ghana to. Who are you?
We empower change.
Why are you doing Channel One Community Legends? Why is it important?
That's up to your call.
No, you see, media has, when we are growing up, when you do social studies, they say the 3 arms of government are what?
Executive, judiciary, legislature.
And then they say the media is
the fourth estate of the realm.
There you go. Or the 4th arm of government. Now, over time, it's been about news reportage, just giving you the news as is. But now we've transitioned to a space where we are doing development media, development journalism, impact media.
Solution journalism.
Yes.
Impact media.
Absolutely. Because Caleb, Sammy, you travel all over the place. You're bringing so many stories. Sometimes, don't you ask yourself,
what can I also do to help?
Exactly.
And that's what we want this to be. So as a media entity, we are all saying, what can we do to empower the change? It may not be us who steps in to do it, but we can, through sharing the stories,
creating the platform,
absolutely, also rope people in to affect the change.
So I'm seeing a number of things. One, you're recognizing people who otherwise would have gone unrecognized. So you're recognizing and honoring them. 2, you're giving people an opportunity to share their appreciation to some of these people who have impacted their lives in very defining situations. And then 3, you are modeling the sort of behavior that you are hoping to see more people demonstrate.
Exactly.
That, if I can get recognized for this, then let me shun that and try and do this.
Because the truth is that the country is made up of human beings.
Yeah.
Our communities are made up of human beings.
Right.
And human beings like to be recognized or appreciated for the things that they do. You may not care, but when the recognition and the appreciation comes, when the accolades rain
You
on
start
you,
feeling it.
you feel good.
It boosts their morale.
Absolutely. And then when other people see
praise is vitamins.
that this
It's
is
a good
what
work.
praise is vitamins. When other people see that,
Yeah.
oh, this person did XYZ and this is what was given to them, or this is the kind of recognition they got, especially in a digital age, they are more likely to also do the
Emulate
same.
that.
And we get more of such people.
And that's how you empower the change.
But from the entries you've read so far, it looks like Gog's kind is in a comfortable lead, eh?
But there are others.
Okay.
There are others.
Okay.
There are others.
Because
Okay.
teachers
There are
have
others.
a very remarkable opportunity of impacting our lives, and we all have fond memories of a few.
Yeah.
And also when they are bad, they stay with you for a very long time.
That's the thing.
Like a friend teacher I know, I won't tell her story today. Hey, kid,
What's to say with French?
she collapsed. You know. This question.
It's true. That's a valid question.
This
What is
question
it with French teachers?
This question, maybe Macron can tell us. I don't know. Because he's the French president.
Perhaps. But I want to say there's the other thing. So Sami highlighted something. The fact that as people hear these stories, see people being recognized, it also gives an opportunity for situations in different communities to be highlighted, problems, so that authorities, duty bearers can also pay attention to those things. However, I also want to say there are a lot of private people, regular citizens, who are looking for ways to empower change, to invest in communities, in individuals, but they don't know how, they don't know where to go.
Right.
And so I'm saying that as these stories roll out, as we start, sharing the profiles of these top 10 and really delve deeply into what they're doing in the days to come, I want people who are like that to also pay attention. It may be that you have an interest in education is one, sanitation is another, perhaps housing for deprived communities, refurbishment of hospitals.
Some care for persons with special learning
exactly, but you just don't know where to begin. Pay attention to these stories because you may find something that you can pick up and run with.
What if I'm touched by someone's story and I want to, as it were, go beyond what Channel 1 Community Legends is doing for that person and then also show my own appreciation for that person in a special way? Am I allowed to?
That is the empowering of change. But let me say that after we have our top 10, right, we will profile our top 3. Now, what we are going to do for these top 3, particularly the person who would carry the lot, be at the top, the one that will all decide is our number 1, right? It's not going to be, okay, I'm coming to give you hampers and go. We are going to become a development partner, a change partner. In some cases, the catalyst of the change they're already doing,
my goodness,
already empowering.
So some long-term projects with these people.
And so we also need our listeners and viewers to join us on that journey eventually.
I like it.
So what we are doing, really, when I say we have moved into development journalism, impact journalism, impact media, it's not a joke.
I love it.
It's a commitment that we've made.
I love it.
Because if you find yourself, and that comes back to us as media men and women, if you find yourself in a position where you have convening power, where people wake up every morning to hear your voice, to hear your analysis, to hear your opinions, you can't take that for granted.
Absolutely.
And you must repeatedly wake up thinking of ways in which you can use that power to better your community and your nation.
I'm telling your story.
Empowering
change.
Oh man, I like it.
I think Api has nailed it. In summary, we are looking out for people who have improved local conditions in their communities, education, health, sanitation, livelihoods, safety, social support, those who are finding solutions in places where resources are limited, and they have sustained their services over time. We're not talking about the one-touch occasional hit and run people, but people who have impact, sustained impact. people who are respected, trusted, and admired for their character, exemplary character in their communities. It's not something that pops up easily in urban areas, and so you will notice that except for the health and education space, a lot of them are coming from rural Ghana. Those who also help the vulnerable, the marginalized, and overlooked people in society. And so we have managed to secure the votes from all the regions, as Api said, and they are going through. Yes, we invite corporates to join us in celebrating the good deeds of people.
Amazing.
And so if you are a corporate organization and you want to be part of this, you can call.
Yes, so we can do 0205 973 973.
That's very easy to remember. 0205, the rest is 97.3.
Exactly.
97.3. Take the point out and then repeat it again.
That's exactly what it is.
Super. I really like this. I mean, someone says, I know Gok. I attended his extra classes in the early 2000s. That man was a whole mood. One of the finest physics teachers I ever met. Laboni Secondary School was very fortunate to have a teacher like that.
I'm telling
Kofi
you.
sent that from home. Now, from Cantonment is asking me to do something I can't do. He said, Charlie, please take some mess out of the studio. He will kill man. And the laughter emojis.
I'm gone. I volunteer to exit.
Oh, this is amazing. We like it. So it's the Channel 1 community legends.
That's right.
So when are we going to see them? When are we going to hear them?
So sometime next week we'll announce who the top 10 are.
Okay.
And then what people should look out for on Channel 1 TV, on our socials, also listening to 97.3 Citi FM is the stories. Because we are going to profile these people, right? These top 10. The stories speak to people around them. It could be beneficiaries, it could be people who support them in the work they do. It could be just the silent watchers who have great testimonials. But some way, somehow, you really get to dive into the stories of these 10 people and understand what people are doing around the country.
Amazing. So if you are doing the listening, you've been working so hard, they tell you your reward is in heaven. Your reward is right here. Don't wait to get there before. It's right here. Thanks to Channel 1, community legends, telling your story.
Empowering change.
I love it. And let me tell you the story of Central University. They are inviting prospective applicants to apply for admissions to the 2025-2026 academic year. At Central University, we believe aligning who you are with what we do is at the heart of our academic journey, one that goes beyond the classroom. We are currently admitting students for the following programs: IT and engineering, architecture, design, planning, business, economics, communications, pharmacy, nursing, public health, law, psychology, social work. Are the diploma programs for applicants whose results do not qualify them for undergraduate programs that also is available. And at the postgraduate level, we have PhD in finance, MBA, MPhil, MSc, and MA programs. WASI applicants are invited to try our program eligibility checker on our website to access the eligibility for our undergraduate programs. No matter where your dreams are headed, Central University is where they begin. Central University, raising virtuous and transformative transformational leaders for our world. If you are looking for motor insurance that goes the extra mile, Hollard Insurance has something special for you this 2026 and you wouldn't want to miss it. Insure your car with Hollard and enjoy extra rewards. New customers get to drive away with free fuel vouchers when they sign up. Existing customers get exclusive gifts when they renew. Plus 24/7 free roadside assistance for everyone, so you're never stuck on the road. That's value you can trust. 0800 444 999. Visit any Hollard office or speak to your broker today. Men slack it. Hollard Insurance, we've got you covered. And when the world gathers for greatness, one name leads the way: Litina Travels. Litina Travels is taking Team Ghana to the biggest global football event on the planet, happening in America, Canada, and Mexico. Everything you need, insurance, flight tickets, even business networking events, all that is happening. So don't slack. 0244-260-789. Call us now. We are there. Alisa Hotel Northridge. Litina is the name to find. And you are going to the World Cup. And you certainly come back safe. You will come back. You will come back safely. If you're looking for a best of flavor in every sip, please discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. We have Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Cocktail Grape, and Tangy. So grab yours today. We are available now at your local store. Call us 0550-032-231. Piva beverages, a taste you will love. Later this morning, we have a conversation with our friends at the Palms Eagles. No, the Palms by Eagles. Forgive me, the Palms by Eagles. There is something Valentine-like happening for those who want to quarantine this Valentine. So we'll have that conversation. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Those who want to quarantine the
this
Valentine.
Show
your love.
What's in the meantime, love speaks many languages. Please, what is yours? Sometimes it's a surprise gift. Other times it's dinner for two. I'm sure Sheba will love this one. And some other times it's the sound of a credit alert. Talk to me. That's Valentine. And so this Valentine's time, Big Bank has got your back as you express your love effortlessly. When banking works smoothly, love flows with ease. Download the Stanbic app and enjoy the convenience of world-class banking. www.stanbicbank.com.gh. Visit there to learn more. Remember, with Stanbic, you can share the joy of love. Get ready for the Blanksons, my word, where the love holds the family together and secrets threaten to tear it apart. Mischief is only the beginning. Just when you think you know them, the truth flips the script. Drama, humor, unforgettable family moments. A Channel 1 TV production. The Blanksons, coming soon only on Channel 1 TV. Which food you make? Channel 1 4. You are doing it.
It is us. It is us.
Oh, Fatal.
It is us.
Oh my word.
Making my pepe. No obstacle or no hindrance. No gate in front of my entrance.
Many thanks, Apioko. It's always fun hanging out with you. Thank you for joining us for the show today. And of course, the hair is red.
Oh yeah, the hair
is back
red.
to red.
But the red never went.
Oh, sometimes it became something.
When I put the white in small.
Was it ginger?
White. There was a small white.
I saw something.
The way people insulted me.
Oh, that's what?
Somebody said they are going to sue me.
That you have changed the color.
That image right. I flouted them. Don't sue me. So I'm back.
We have friends joining us from the Palms by Eagles, your number one destination to indulge in a night of romance, fine dining, and live entertainment crafted for every kind of love story.
They do twice. Anybody else will need a few.
What will it cost you? Where are they? They'll be here and we'll have that conversation. But we'll take a very quick break, so stay tuned. When we are back, there is more.
Undisputed champion. Nobody can do what I've done.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Is there anything better than winning a bet? Well, with Betway's world first bet influencer feature, there is now. When you place a bet with Betway, you will generate a unique code. By sharing these codes, you will earn 4% off every wager in cash. And when word starts spreading, the returns start rising. No matter the outcome, you can score big. It's easy to create your own codes. Choose your favorite teams and send to your friends anytime, anywhere. So, what are you waiting for? Start betting, sharing, and winning with Bet Influencer. Brought to you by Betway. Watch the next video for all the details. Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18. Bet the responsible way. Betway. Get way more.
When you hit the road, anything can happen. Drive with motor insurance that's fast, reliable, and always there when it matters. Whether it is comprehensive motor insurance, third-party fire and theft, or third-party only, Provident Insurance will sort you out. Insure or renew from January to March and enjoy fuel coupons and exclusive branded souvenirs. Terms and conditions apply. Drive confident, drive protected. Visit any Provident Insurance branch nationwide, our agency outlets, or licensed brokers. You can also call 050-937-4928 for inquiries or visit providencegh.com for more information. Remember, Ghana card is required for individuals and TIN number for corporate clients and for all motor insurance transactions in line with NIC directives.
With Provident, plan your cover. Looking to study at a trusted university with strong values-based education? Welcome to Heritage Christian University, located in Accra and fully accredited by the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission. At Heritage Christian University, we offer more than a degree. You will learn from experienced scholar practitioners, gain professional certifications, and enjoy en-suite hostel facilities in a safe, secure campus. We offer affordable programs in nursing, midwifery, computer science, multimedia, IT, communication, psychology, theology, and business administration. Enjoy hands-on learning, professional certifications, and top-up options for WAS, HND, and diploma holders. Mature students over 25 are also welcome. Admissions are open for January, March, and September. Get started today. Apply online at www.hcu.edu.gh. For enquiries, WhatsApp us on +233 547 777 731 or +233 202 298 399.
My friends, I'm a very happy man. Let me share my testimony. I needed a home at a prime location, but I didn't have enough money. The little I had was too small to buy even a studio apartment, but a friend of mine introduced me to invest to own from Priority View Homes. I invested the little money I had for only 2 years. True to their word, at the maturity date, I qualified for a 2-bedroom luxury apartment at a prime location in Accra. Now look at me, living in my own home without the usual hassle. If you want a stress-free home to live in, I would advise you to sign up to their invest-to-own policy and say cheers to a new home. You may call Priority View Homes Limited on 055-588-2294, 055-588-2294, and you will never regret you did. Priority View Homes. There's no place like home.
Morning in Ghana doesn't begin with noise. It begins with insight. The biggest questions, the toughest interviews, the conversations that shape policy. This is the show that leaders listen to. This is the show that citizens trust. The Citi Breakfast Show, Ghana's biggest radio morning show. National development starts here. The Citi Breakfast Show on 97.3 Citi FM.
Baby, move wanna be a magic boom. Me ada musala muntum, and I may have him for musala namu. Oh, baby, move wanna be a magic boom. Let's have it. And I may have him for musala namu. Opinion na gancha go figure out as a check in it. Oh, abana wafanga bana 0244
Oh, I love this. Kofi Kenata. Is this a few Kuma love? Oh, this one is what? Citi. Oh, baby. I know me, your Jimmy Boom is that one. I love it. Citi pie. So let's talk about Valentine. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about celebrating same in grand style this Valentine. And if there is love in your heart, you have to make it known. Yeah, so you have to enjoy it. So the Palms by Eagles is your #1 location to indulge in a night of romance, fine dining, and live entertainment crafted for every kind of love story. We have a team from the Palms by Eagles ready to tell us all all about it, what they are offering, and how you can be a part of it. Happy to welcome Diamond, a deep business development manager, and Safwa Pencil, sales and marketing executive, to the studio. Ladies and gentlemen, good to have you on a Friday morning.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful. So let's talk about the Palms by Eagles. That's one. Diamond, tell me about the Palm by Eagles.
Well, thank you once again, Caleb, and good morning to your cherished listeners as well.
Morning.
So the Palms by Eagles is a local hospitality chain,
Ghanaian
100% Ghanaian owned, with hotels in Takoradi and in Accra. Now, if we go to Takoradi, we have 4 hotels in Takoradi.
4 hotels in Takoradi,
with a combined guest room total of over 400
in Takoradi alone.
In Takoradi alone.
Hey.
And then in Takoradi particularly,
yeah,
we've also just built this huge conference facility that will seat up to 2,000 guests.
Wow.
Yeah, so we think about associations, for example, or organizations who want to hold annual staff retreats,
AGMs,
exactly,
conferences. Takoradi is the place.
Takoradi is the place to go. I mean, a lot of times the venue space has restricted organizations from going to Takoradi or other places. But now we have the facility to host them, and even the rooms as well to accommodate them. So that's it. That's what's happening in Takoradi. And then when we come to Accra, we have 2 hotels. So our first one was opened off the Liberation Road, just opposite Association International School. That's the Palms by Eagles Accra. And then we've got our flagship, which is the Palms by Eagles Airport City. That's formerly known as Holiday Inn Hotel.
Fantastic.
So that hotel has been completely refurbished, and now it's like brand spanking new. And that's in that hotel we have 160 guest rooms, and again multiple meeting spaces. So people would want to do meetings from anywhere, let's say 10 guests all the way to 600 guests. We're able to accommodate them.
I love it.
And I think that if you think about the brand Palms by Eagles, what comes into mind directly is that excellent Ghanaian hospitality.
Excellent Ghanaian hospitality.
Yes, and upskilled modern living, and the kind of ambience that gets you to relax and want to be there and get things done. So that's basically what the Palms by Eagles
So with this excellent Ghanaian hospitality and ambience you talk about, we are in February.
Yeah.
Safwa,
yes,
we are in the month of love, as they say, in the month of love. So what's this the Palms by Eagles offering us this Valentine?
Okay, so at the Palms by Eagles, we're a family of love.
Right.
We want everyone to have a feel of what we have at the facility. We cherish love so much that we want our guests to experience that this Valentine's. And for that, we're talking of putting romantic dates together. It's a night of elegance. We're celebrating in grand style. It's crafted for any kind of love story. Nobody's left out. If you've been married for years, you want an avenue or you want a facility where you can rekindle your love with your spouses, your partner. It's an avenue for you to come and share love with us. And anyone is invited to come and join us this Valentine's Day, from live band session to photo shoot sessions. And the interesting thing is that if you're taking the photo shoot, it's edited and it's given to you instantly.
Right there.
Right on the
not
spot.
Go and come 6 months later, you've not seen it.
You're not coming back. I don't have my pictures. And no, we want to take care of that.
So this one, if someone is still talking, they are knocking and talking and seeing,
yes, all those in the talking stages, you should come. If you want an ideal date with romantic candlelight, luxury, elegance, a place where you can start your love story. Palms by Eagles is the
those who want to transition from talking to walking.
Yes.
Can they come and kneel down?
Yes, they can all
come and do that.
Everyone is invited.
Everything is possible. So what do you offer us when we come there?
So
what kind of
for packages, we have 3 theme packages.
Okay.
We have Be My Valentine. It comes with a buffet, candlelight dinner setting. There's going to be a photo shoot, live band. There's going to be games for couples to test your love story. Something traditional, something lovely that we can have at the Palms for all couples, and it's exciting. So for that, the Be My Valentine package is
1,500 now.
The Be My Valentine, you are trying to toast the person.
Yes.
This one, now so you're doing kakra.
Yeah.
So come and melt her heart there.
Exactly. So we're offering 10 to 20% discount on all our theme packages.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So
That's
Be My
good.
Valentine is 1,500.
Okay.
It's now discounted to 1,350 Ghana cedis.
Not bad.
And then for Pounds and Passion, which is just the room package. So if you don't want to be a part of the event, you just want to surprise your partner with a romantic dinner setup in the room, breakfast in bed, roses.
That one, they have roses on the floor.
Exactly.
Nice bedspread and things. The place is smelling nice.
Exactly.
No scent.
Exactly. That one was going for 3,300. It's now 3,100. Yes. And then the ultimate one, which is the Dine with Passion. That one is a combination of the event. So those who want to come for the event and you're tired, you don't want to go through the stress of driving, traffic and all of that. We have the accommodation sorted for you. That one comes with so many incentives. We have
Dine with Passion.
Yes, Dine with Passion. That's the combo package, the event, as well as the room package. So we have a candlelight decor in the room. We have music to set the tone for your love story.
Thank you.
Yes.
Very important.
And then we're bringing out so many incentives, assorted chocolates and anything you can think of.
But if I have a concept I want you to roll out for me, like people have some wild things they want to express there. Can they entrust you to do that to surprise their loved ones so that
Of course. You know, in Valentine, people want to do surprise proposals
you
and all of
understand.
that.
You understand.
Yes, those in talking stages, they want to graduate to other stages.
Just make sure that you're on sound footing, because I've seen some videos. The guy kneel down with the show on fire for
We're
his
going
face.
to make sure that all of that is sorted. So
Good.
if you want us to plan something for you, something in grand style, luxury, elegance, well decorated with candle lights, petals, and all of that, Pounds by Eagles is your first choice.
Caleb, I just want to chip in here. So that discount, that 10-20% discount, obviously it has a limit. So it's only up to next Wednesday.
Yes, that's 11th of February, 2026.
Yes. So we have to book to make
Yes,
reservations.
from now till next week.
So what numbers do we call?
055 1000 555.
And then there's 055 522 5555. The 5 is 4. Yes.
And these days the ladies are doing very well. They can book the thing and surprise you. So when you are doing the listening, don't think it's only the men who have to. This one is even 1,000, 3,000. Charlie, women do that thing, surprise the men. So you understand. So who can benefit from these packages?
Anyone can benefit from couples who have been married for years. They want to rekindle their love story, anniversaries. The Pounds by Eagles is an ideal venue for you to have that kind of a feel and touch to your love story. For partners, for singles. We're not leaving the singles out. We've realized that other people are doing it for couple. No, we want to.
They are pressing the necks of the singles too much.
We want to include the singles so that it can also give them a taste of love.
So they should come and sit there.
No, and you might never know. We want it to be a place where
there can be some connection.
Yes,
that's not bad.
So everyone is included. We are not leaving anybody out.
What about those whose other say or no Obin Kohes or don't watch your own is in Obima, so and you want to do virtual. You have space for them too.
Of course. Everyone is
we'll do nice setup for all of that. That's nice. The Palms by Eagles.
Exactly.
I love it. And we've shared the contact already.
That's correct.
So final words before we take leave. 055 1555 is the number to call. Make bookings and they will take good care of you. So your final words, my friends.
So Caleb, one of the final words I want to say is starting this night, right? We've got the live band playing by our poolside.
Oh, tonight.
Exactly.
Yes. We're setting the tone for Valentine's.
Tonight.
Yes.
Live band.
Yes.
By the pool.
By the pool.
And then we'll have seafood, an assortment of seafood, so people can come in. It's starting at 5:30 this evening.
Seafood
so right after we yes.
So prawns.
Prawns, different sort of fishes and all that.
Some calamari tins and some juice.
It's a whole assortment. Yes. So definitely we're expecting that once people are done with work, there's no reason to sit in traffic.
No.
Just drive by the Palms by Eagles Airport City and then enjoy the ambience, enjoy the band, enjoy the food. Sure. And also for those who have not had the chance to experience what we've done at the hotel, this is also a great time for you to come in and experience the work we've done.
Fantastic.
Yes. And one more thing, after the whole Valentine event, we're crowning it with a special brunch on Sunday. So if you didn't get the opportunity to make quarantine because
then you can come and Valentine.
Maybe you were somewhere you couldn't make it. Sunday brunch is prepared for all those who were left out after Valentine's.
The Palms by Eagles, you know what's up. You know what's up. Thank you so much, Diamond Adi, Business Development Manager, Safwa Pencil, Sales and Marketing Executive. Man, get close to your love. And the Palms by Eagles is the place for you. Take a quick break. When we're back, we'll wrap it all up beautifully.
Makasa na mo for my baby day cool. Eye me ufu baby a much shower no hu. Edemo one on one no more but them as shoe. Shamaka high sweet. Nake hello. Your papa was street. You wear your flexible ghetto. Mo wanna magic. My one do melo. Obi obo try you with some mechi no bo santi yellow. Mo so we mo physical. My chama mami there. When you superstar visitor you do mo to try make it out.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
When the lights go off, when water won't flow, when rent goes up and wages don't, someone must ask the hard questions. Someone must speak for the people who don't have microphones. That voice is the City Breakfast Show, holding power accountable, championing national development, reflecting the true state of Ghana. Weekday mornings on 97.3 Citi FM, the City Breakfast Show, your voice, your country. The City Breakfast Show on 97.3 Citi FM.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva Tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangerine. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055-00-322-31. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
Electroland ya chedi ho draw so kwa ba wo de be che wado for Valentine you. Yeah ma wo discounts a won TV da. Any a chedi so kwa every top brands ni na. Wopetimi ne wadofo 8 year donyomo every Samsung, TCL and Nasco home theaters no mu. Na masia hwesene ewo ye LED smart TV ne so. Mu ya masa de top air conditioners na jojomo ho. Wopetimi so de bedside fridge no actually with champagne. Na masa de 4 to 6 grill ni oven gas cooker no. Ani odediane. To your top of front load washing machines no that fast shock wadofo dom. Ko ye showroom and now call www.electrolandgh.com. Our friend was 050-315-9739. Electroland Ghana Limited. Yeah, bakwa. E won name nyama. E fe na ne bo dafem.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
When Ghana wakes, questions wake with her. Jobs, roads, power, water, policies that touch real lives. From the market woman to the boardroom, from the street to the state house. This is where the nation speaks. This is where leaders are held to account. The City Breakfast Show, the biggest morning show in Ghana. National conversations, real impact. The City Breakfast Show on 97.3 City FM.
Boy. Another real life story.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
From a Simon to Kotobabi, with a burn under the sun, but still give Jaja the glory. Well then. Sometimes he be duck chain at the carry. Meet by bra, at the rush, at the hurry. That about for where he be like, say, Kaya yo, I go marry. Anyway, waiting be my own. I'm not in this alone. Because somebody they sweat for the air condition, he below me the home. Say me the miti bu bom, na say one day me na say one day me When I'm done when I wanna bet you at Citi. A lot of mercy, me the miti bu bom, na say one day me na say one day me When I'm done when I wanna bet you at Citi. A lot of mercy.
This is the City Breakfast Show.
No tomorrow. Nobody no tomorrow. Osilla never envy another man. Osilla never envy another soul. Cause you never know whatever the plan. But who know I go reap whatever you sow. And then be happy for the people who succeed. Cause everything that you wish for them, the same you receive. Karma is someone you can deceive. Success is a state of mind, don't be caught up in greed. No matter what you do, the rich man die. No matter what you say, the poor man dies too. We are hustling, but for a while, someday we are gonna fade away. Say me the miti bu bom, na say one day me na say one day me When I'm done when I wanna bet you at Citi. A lot of mercy. Say me the miti bu bom, na say one day me na say one day me When I'm done when I wanna bet you at Citi. A lot of mercy.
Livingston, Echisetekla. He calls this one tomorrow. 2 minutes to the top of the hour. And Samuel Akome is still with me in the studio. And let me just bring you a quick message to end it. Hello, Caleb and team. I write as a concerned resident of Afienya Mataheko to formally complain about the prolonged disruption of our water supply. For several days, residents have been without water due to a burst hydrant in our area. Despite multiple complaints and reports made to Ghana Water Company, no action was taken for days. When officials finally attended to the issue, instead of restoring supply, water was completely shut off to part of Afienya Mataheko, and this situation has continued for several more days. This ongoing lack of water is causing serious hardships to residents, affecting hygiene, health, households, and small businesses. Access to clean water is a basic necessity, and the continued delay in resolving this problem is unacceptable. So this is to the authorities and managers of Ghana Water. Our listeners in Afienya Mataheko, to be precise, are saying that there is a burst hydrant, and you've shut off water for several days, and they're having a lot of issues. So kindly pay attention to water supply in Afienya Mataheko. Charlie Sam.
Right. My concluding comment will be on the Osu Cemetery thing. I mean, one thing that caught my attention when I was looking at photos of the place, there is actually a notice board or a notice there that reads, "Remember, we were once like you." And so we must remember that the dead were once like us. We'll definitely get there too. And so we need to put in place the proper planning and also ensure that people who are sent there are treated with dignity.
Samuel Akome right there. Many thanks to you for doing the listening. My name is Caleb Kuda. Apio Kosayaram Abe. Apio Kosayaram Ashron Abe joined us earlier. Of course, you heard Papa Sam. Samuel Atames. Many thanks to Fred Tete Jabano. Godfred Odum, the richest man for technical. Shiba Araba Benny. Shiba, what's up?
I'm good.
How you doing?
I'm very okay.
They say quarantine.